Give me cash, straight down to the bank. We gon' run it up, run it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Fuck it up, fuck it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Bossing girl, get off me. Cream up in this coffee. He like that I'm sophisticated. Take me then go me mommy. He like to be called poppy. That lingo keep it sloppy. If money ain't the topic, babe, then you ain't gotta call me. I ain't new to this. Yeah, I stay true to this. I'm at your paper, meet me later. Watch me move to this. We can groove to this. I get rude as shit. I'm a savage, wish you had it right. The rules of this, cause I do rich shit. Don't be on no bitch shit. You run your mouth, better keep your head down, cause you on my hit list. And all my ladies look like models, and we sipping on these bottles. Gas me up, I'm feeling myself, cause I'm being big lit. He like his ass, so watch it shake. He give me cash, straight down to the bank. We gon' run it up, run it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Fuck it up, fuck it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe.
Oh, you savage, huh? Might make my mattress on. Don't mind the drugs. I get high and then get ratchet, huh? Lit like some matches, huh? Flick up big, bitch, I'm lit. Cold cuts and smoke sticks. I get big geek and do tricks. Let's make a movie. Fuck Red Boss, bitch, this Netflix. Fuck a double disc. I'm with all the shenanigans. Bang, bang, bitch, I'm at it again. She done got bored and added a friend. 10-10, let the game begin. It's up, you with it, let's get it. If you playing games, I'ma win it. Focus, you tough for a minute.
So watch it shake. He give me cash, straight down to the bank. We gon' run it up, run it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Fuck it up, fuck it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe.
Oh yeah, oh boy, this.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. He like his ass, so watch it shake. He give me cash, straight down to the bank. We gon' run it up, run it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Fuck it up, fuck it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Bossing girl, get off me. Cream up in this coffee. He like that I'm sophisticated. Me then go me mommy. He like to be called poppy. That lingo keep it sloppy. If money ain't the topic, babe, then you ain't gotta call me. I ain't new to this. Yeah, I stay true to this. I'm at your paper, meet me later. Watch me move to this. We can groove to this. I get rude as shit. I'm a savage, wish you had it right. The rules of this, cause I do rich shit. Don't be on no bitch shit. You run your mouth, better keep your head down, cause you on my hit list. And all my ladies look like models, and we sipping on these bottles. Gas me up, I'm feeling myself, cause I'm being big lit. He like his ass, so watch it shake. He give me cash, straight down to the bank. We gon' run it up, run it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Fuck it up, fuck it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe.
Oh, you savage, huh? Might make my mattress on. Don't mind the drugs. I get high and then get ratchet, huh? Lit like some matches, huh? Flick up big, bitch, I'm lit. Cold cuts and smoke sticks. I get big geek and do tricks. Let's make a movie. Fuck Red Boss, bitch, this Netflix. Fuck a double disc. I'm with all the shenanigans. Bang, bang, bitch, I'm at it again. She done got bored and added a friend. 10-10, let the game begin. It's up, you with it, let's get it. If you playing games, I'ma win it. Focus, you tough for a minute.
So watch it shake. He give me cash, straight down to the bank. We gon' run it up, run it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe. Fuck it up, fuck it up. Ain't nothing to it, babe.
Powered by
What up, what up, what up, y'all? It's your boy Ann Walk. I got my man Marcus in the building, man. This is Table Talk, episode 29. How you doing, brother?
Hey, feeling good, man. How you feeling?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, we working. We trying to keep this thing rolling, man. It's a slow grind, but it's a good grind, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
you know, we glad we could have you in here today. Shout out to Robbie, man. He's sick, so Can't have him in the studio. We gotta be responsible, like
Yes,
responsible
sir.
adults.
Yes, sir.
So
Get well, brother.
you
Get
know,
well.
oh yeah, for sure. Get
Take
well.
care of yourself.
But shout out to you being able to just on a dime all the time, brother. You know what I mean?
For
You
sure. Anything for Unanimous Network,
yeah,
man.
you official, bro. You know, and before we even get started, we just want to ask you, like, bro, do you want to come be on here all the time, bro? Like,
Hey, you know what
is
I'm
something you
saying?
want to do, bro?
Hey, there may be a call in there, man. So,
Yeah.
hey, if that's what the seat needs.
I heard you was on the radio too, like right after the last time. I was
Yep,
like, okay,
yep,
bro,
yep.
damn, he's more busy than I am and shit.
Hey, you know what, man? And like I said, it's like it's a calling. You know, it's nothing that I'm seeking. It's something more or less that's seeking me.
Yeah.
So you know, if that's what I need to step up and do, man, I think that we can definitely make some arrangements.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
let's definitely talk about that a little more.
Oh, yeah.
You know, behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, for sure. But today we're gonna get into a few things. We got a lot to talk about. Speaking of COVID, you know, we're gonna talk about the lockdowns, the curfews
Right.
to come, how it's affecting everybody. The elections, you wanted to touch on that a little bit more
Yeah,
because it's kind of lingering, even though it shouldn't be. It should be over, but
Absolutely.
it's lingering.
Yep.
Got some like really cool news about just how they're trying to keep businesses open with one in particular, Foot Locker. We'll touch on, and we had the NBA draft on what was that, Wednesday?
Yep.
It was kind of random too. A lot of people didn't even know, and I was like, "Hey, draft's going on, y'all!
Right.
Like,
Right.
we gotta pick these players." So,
Yep.
you know, more news out of the NBA. We'll touch on. We got a viral vid of the week, which is, I'm pretty sure you watched it all. What was this, 2 nights ago? That Gucci and Jeezy. So
Yes.
we'll touch on that. We got Thanksgiving next week, dog.
Man, Thanksgiving week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little different, but we still gonna talk about some of the things we like to do,
Yep.
what we like to eat, what the world is, what the United States is, you know, telling us they like to eat.
Let the people know.
We'll touch on that catch that D Hop had too,
Hey,
man.
Humble Hop, man.
So that was pretty
guy.
crazy, man.
Ooh-wee.
That was nuts.
I tell you what, it's something about a Hail Mary catch, man.
Yeah,
Something about those.
different,
I
man.
I love it.
Different,
I love
and
it.
like the stills from the pictures, just
Yeah.
it's crazy what happened. I called it, man. I knew something was gonna happen with it, but we'll touch on that a little
we'll get
bit.
into it, but yeah, when we get into it, I got some
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Oh yeah. We'll touch on that. We'll talk about UC football. They play today at 3:30.
Yep.
UCF
Big game tonight.
in Orlando.
Big game tonight.
Big game.
Big game tonight
big
for
game.
my boys, man.
Oh yeah. So we'll touch on that. And then, you know, we always do NFL picks, and we'll do the Thanksgiving picks too, since we
Sure.
won't be in studio until after.
Is Robbie
that.
still undefeated? Is he still? Are his picks still great?
I
or
think
perfect, or
he
did
missed
stumble?
one.
Okay.
And I think it was, I copied off, I think I gave him bad luck with the one because I was like, you know what, bro, I'm going to go with you on this one. Actually,
He was hot for a while,
bro,
man.
he was hot.
He was
I
hot.
think he only missed one, bro. I think he only missed one. And I messed up last week just picking the Bengals
For
over the
sure.
Steelers just because I'm a Bengals fan. And he
Right.
was like, man.
That's
fuck
how it
that.
goes. Yep. Same here.
So I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, we'll get the Thanksgiving Day games in as well. We'll talk about that. Another thing I want to bring up too, I don't think they're doing it, but they do is there no parade this year?
Macy's Day.
Yeah.
I did not hear.
Didn't even
However,
think about that until
that would
just
be
sitting down here
crazy,
talking
though,
to
man,
you.
because that's been a
Going
staple
on
of my
for-
life forever.
And it's been going on for how many years in a row?
Man,
over
100.
100. Yeah.
I mean, and I could tell you.
Is it even called Macy's Thanksgiving Parade? I thought they changed it maybe a couple years ago.
Yeah, you may be right.
Yeah, something
Nah,
like
it's
that.
the Macy's to me.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Just like it's the Macy's Festival here,
Right.
I still call it that for some reason. So
They I can remember as a kid, man, getting up Thanksgiving morning, food cooking, watching the parade.
Yep.
Huge blimps.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
big
cool
time.
stuff, man.
Oh yeah, yep. That and then the what did they have? They had the dog show afterwards. I always watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For sure.
That's just me.
Yeah, nah, same here.
But yeah, let's get into it, man. We'll start with COVID. We don't have any markers or anything to put up on the screen yet. We will for a couple of our other topics, but yeah, let's talk about this COVID situation, especially in Ohio. We're not on lockdown necessarily, but we are on curfew.
Mm-hmm.
So our curfew just started on Thursday or is it Friday?
Friday.
One of the
Yeah,
days.
something like that.
And it was from 10 p.m. all the way to
5
5 a.m.
Yep.
What you think about that, man? Did you see it coming or?
I seen it coming for sure.
Mhm.
However, I think the time frame they chose was pretty odd.
Yeah, kind of weird.
10 to 5, bars were already pretty much closing down at 10 anyway.
Yeah.
No more drinks to be served. Drink your drink, eat your food, get out.
Yeah.
There were a few places open till like 1 or 2, but I guess my thing is I think as far as population control goes, there's definitely more demand during the day versus during those times.
Mhm.
But, do you think anything different?
Slightly, because I have seen some bars. They've been popping, they've been jumping lately.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
before they said all this, they were going pretty hard, like late type shit. And this is more for they were just bars. They weren't even really restaurants. Now the restaurants that have bars that are a little bit better than your normal bar, they were doing their cutoffs the right way.
Right.
But for some of these businesses, especially downtown, and even uptown up here, around Fairfield, Forts Park, they have bars. They've been going pretty late, and a lot of them, they haven't necessarily they've been following the rules, but it's just so hard. The rules are so weird to abide by. If that makes any sense. I was
Pushing the rules to the limit.
I was speaking to somebody about this last night actually. You go to a bar. Once you're at the bar, you don't even really have to wear a mask anymore. Because as long as you have a drink in front of you, you could just say you're drinking a drink.
Right.
Excuse me. So that already kind of makes the problem a little bit more difficult to deal with, personally.
Wait, check this out. Since you said that, prime example, my family and I went to Target the other day. Most Targets have a Starbucks in them. So as we go in, my wife and I grab a coffee. We proceed to shop, and like everybody's giving me the look, like, "Oh my goodness, he ain't got a mask." Now I did have my mask, and I had it pulled down, which is in my style. However, I was drinking a coffee, so I had it pulled down just so that I could,
There's loopholes, man.
But people were giving me the look. Now my problem with that is you want me to buy the Starbucks coffee, and then you want me to shop. To do both, I can't wear a mask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to do the sit mask, pull it. I mean, it's ridiculously tough. So, yeah, man, that was kind of a challenge I had.
Yeah.
And I didn't get into any beef, but I definitely was like, man, this can quickly turn into a World Star video. Man in Target buys coffee and refuses to wear a mask. I can see it just me throwing
For
blows.
sure, man.
But
For sure. Nah.
But yeah, it's
seriously.
crazy.
I was in the bank a couple weeks ago. Guy in there, he's the only one in there with no mask. And I mean, I was even looking at him crazy, like, man, why don't you just put your mask on, bro? It's not even like you got to be in here for 5 minutes. Wear your mask. So everybody's kind of looking at him weird. And that's the thing, too. I kind of like it because I feel like people should feel uncomfortable if they're not wearing a mask when they should be.
You know how deep I kind of turned into this guy. So it's kind of like being a believer in faith, or like a Christian, right? You may have certain beliefs. You may see someone sin, but do you call it out every time? Do you persecute?
Right.
Do you persecute that person every time they do something that you feel uncomfortable about? No, not really, right? Then you also don't want to be hypocritical, right?
Right.
There's times where because I'm a mask wearer, but there's times where it's like, man, I have to run in here real quick with no mask on.
Yeah.
I still at my own risk, but like the time was so inconvenient or it was so inefficient that it just was like I didn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess what I'm getting to is like if I see somebody without a mask on and they're like just the only one, I just put it in my back pocket and say, well, they're unprotected and that was their decision.
So you're more of a like an environment type of if it's just being allowed everywhere, then there's a deeper problem than just one person not following the rules.
For sure.
Because I feel like that too, when that happens, those people sometimes they get sick and hey, guess what? I'm not trying to be that person because I know a lot of people that got sick and stuff. But hey, if you weren't following the rules, then so be it. That's on you.
If someone has to enforce mask wearing, so if someone's at the door saying, "Hey, if you don't have a mask on, do not come in here," and nobody comes in without a mask, then that is like I went to Menards the other day. If you walk into Menards without a mask, there's people screaming, "Hey, you don't have a mask on, don't come in here. Hey, you don't have a mask on, don't come in here."
Now, did they let them come in?
No, I seen them turning people away and getting actually pretty deep into it with people, like making them go back to the car.
Yeah, I'll give you a story. So this happened to me last week. Went into Kroger's up here, the brand new Kroger's over here in Coleraine. Now there's someone at both doors, right? And they have masks that you could wear. They got sanitizer, everything, and they got people standing there at the at this table.
Right.
I already got my shit on. You know what I mean? I'm being responsible. I walk through. There's a guy, a woman, and 2 kids. None of them had masks on in the produce section.
Touching on all the bell peppers.
You know what I mean? So now I'm like, what's the point of y'all even sitting here if y'all not going to really enforce this as a rule/law kind of thing? Because I feel like it's enforced now once it's to a certain level here that it's a mask mandate. So now, me walking in, seeing this, I'm like, all right, what really can I take serious now as far as the rules, as far as wearing a mask? Well, what can you get away with?
I've actually talked to a few people. I've actually talked to a few people who, work in these positions. So one was a store owner. He owns I was about to call it a bodega, like we live in New York or something, but it's like a little convenience store, a little grocery store over in actually right on Springdale Road. It was me, him, and a police officer standing in the store, and he said,
"What, Mike? Was it?"
No.
Oh, okay,
No. But he said, he says, man, as a business owner, I'm gonna put the sign up on the door that mandates in Ohio to wear a mask in a facility like this. He said, however, if somebody comes in here without a mask on, I'm still gonna sell them that bag of chips and that soda. He's like, because I'm not gonna lose business because somebody wants to be unprotected. He said, now I'm gonna wear my mask, I'm gonna wear my gloves, and I hope everybody looks at the sign and follows the rules. He said, but I'm not gonna turn away dollars to enforce that rule.
And that's partially goes along into our next topic with the election and everything, because if they would supply some of these lower tier and just local businesses with the amount of, stimulus that they need, they would be able to turn those people around. You know, they wouldn't have to walk the thin line of, he's not wearing it, but so be it. You know what I'm saying? Because I totally get it. We're in a situation right now where they're about to shut a lot more stuff down, and we're going to lose even more money. You know, there's a lot of people that are out of a job again, especially bartenders and restaurant workers, waitresses, waiters,
Barbers,
you know what I mean?
all type of people,
all that. They're about to shut all this down again. So I can totally understand where he's coming from, because right now, nothing's really being done to push the economy forward besides saying we're going to stay open. Right. That doesn't do it for me personally. Right. I think that just adds to the problem. There's a way we could do this that will help both sides. You know what I mean? But blocking stimulus, and
maybe that's more of a small business
like
issue.
that.
Yeah, maybe that's more of a small business issue, because on the larger scale, my second example was I was at it was either a Target or a Menards or something like that, where they were turning people away. And I heard one of the young guys who was like enforcing this. He said, man, I hate this part of my job.
Yeah, no, I feel him, man.
And I stopped and I said, hey, man, how's that been going? How is that? Like, is that
this shit is
like,
stressful,
are you fighting
bro.
people? And he was like, dude, man, it's terrible. He said, because I get it, like, you don't have a mask on.
But
he's like, but
it's just like, bro,
we want to be safe, and it's
bro.
my job.
You know what I mean?
So it's conflicting.
Yeah, because it's as simple as just wearing it. Like, I don't. Yeah. That's my problem. Is it's really not that hard. Like, if they're gonna let you go in and break the rules, so be it. But if they're asking you personally, sir, put on your damn mask.
Right.
And you can't put the mask on, there's a problem there, for one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they probably ain't paying him enough to really be enforcing that shit like that. Yeah. I've seen it before. I've gone into a Chipotle. They try to do the thing where they make people wait outside. People ain't going.
Right.
People wait on the dots. People ain't listening. And they had one person doing it. Then they had a guy that was like in the back of the kitchen coming out to try to enforce it. And it's just not working. You got one person saying one thing. You got another person saying, scoot up, get closer. I'm like, there's somebody right here in front of me. I'm not about to get, I'm on the dot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's just a problem there that these people weren't ready for. Nobody was prepared for this. There's no training on this. it feels like a lot of these bigger corporations really don't even have anything put in plan to really execute what they want to do besides stickers on the floor. Personally, you know what I mean?
And again, it's how do we hire or pay a person to enforce this almost as a security figure?
Mm-hmm.
Like they can't pay a person that much. Like
Yeah.
it just.
But you almost have to. I mean, because now we're gonna get into the point of hazard pay, because you being out around all this stuff constantly, coming into contact with people that potentially could have it or know someone that did have it.
Well, let's widen this perspective a little bit here. So I saw a couple articles where, one, Chipotle is actually building their newer modern facilities with drive-throughs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I seen another article that said, oh, well, hold on, they're building the new facilities with drive-throughs.
Mm-hmm.
They're building them smaller, less dine-in space, because they want people to be in and out with it. They want to go carry out.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is, article number 2 was talking about that Chipotle's actually made more money during the COVID time than they ever did before.
I bet.
And they were already a top 5 company in the 10-year boom
Mm-hmm.
that made billions of dollars, on their products.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my thing is that they're like, look, man, we don't care if y'all come in or not.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that COVID stuff out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll serve y'all through the window, just like some other things we're going to talk about. But they're like, man, we'll get the same, if not more dollars, by just making this a 2-person operation, a burrito person and a drive-through person, and y'all come get the same amount of tacos.
Yeah, I never really thought about it like that, because they are making the new ones with the drive-throughs.
So forget
and
paying
stuff.
the guy. We'll get less employees and run this drive-through thing out the roof.
Oh yeah,
Rally's game.
Because what's going on is, we got people that they're telling you stay in. A lot of people have been cooking on their own, doing their job. And I guess it just gets to a point where they just tired of cooking. So the first thing they order is Chipotle.
Yep.
Me included. I do it because there's some points I'm like, just not doing it today, man.
Yep.
And Chipotle is quick. It's efficient. If you're going in there, I mean, you can even DoorDash it, Uber Eats, whatever.
Yep.
You could do that. It's still pretty efficient.
If you mix it right, relatively healthy.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's not a burger or greasy.
For sure.
I mean, it's.
I haven't seen any Chipotle that's had like a case where they've had to shut down either. I've seen plenty of other establishments they've run into that problem. Now I don't know if they're keeping it under wraps or whatever, but from what I've seen, they've been pretty clean.
Well, a part of that article that I was reading talking about how much money they're making. They still had like a projected 3,900 more stores to open nationwide by like March of next year, Q1, and like there was no stopping it.
Yeah.
Like there was no like, hold on, COVID happened. It was like, build them bricks.
Yeah, no, I feel it. Yeah.
So we'll see a lot more stores go to that model, man. A lot of places are realizing, man, COVID was a learning lesson for a lot of folks.
Oh yeah,
it was a learning thing. However, some small businesses have struggled, man. So shout out to anybody with a small business that's going through the thing.
Yeah,
man,
hold on, man. Hold on, and hopefully.
Yeah, it's coming, man.
We're about to talk about it next, but hopefully by January. It's a shame you got to wait that long, but hopefully by that time we can get this, rolling in the right direction. So speaking of which, we're still dealing with the election that's happened. Almost
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, yeah.
Like that, yeah.
So we're still going on with that. We still
Almost
got we got a lot of stuff going on. We seen who did we see on TV? Who did I see on TV yesterday? One of Trump's lawyers talking about this nonsense with I don't even know. The thing is, I don't even know what they're arguing at this point. There's not much to argue.
Well, I know that a lot of his defense team has pulled out of some states.
Yeah.
They kind of just squashed
They did the
it.
recount in Georgia.
Right.
Lost again.
Yep. Double loss.
You know what I mean? Right. So we're getting to a point now where it's like,
I think he's calling out a few more states to recount, and after that, man, there's nothing else to do. Now, this is the bigger issue. Nothing constitutionally says that he has to concede or has to leave out. So, how far is he gonna push that?
Oh, he'll push it to the limit, man.
Because,
definitely.
like, theoretically, what he should be doing right now is transition.
Well, you see what they have to do now. Now the Biden campaign they're asking people for donations for the transition because the White House isn't helping or doing anything. So now he has to fund this out of his own pockets when it's supposed to be the White House, the government, but they're not because it's being blocked. He's got some of these workers, these people that are blocking a lot of things. I can't remember the woman's name, but she's possibly could be getting subpoenaed just for blocking just a few things as far as the she's like the transition secretary. I'll just put it like that. But she's been blocking a whole bunch of stuff. Meanwhile, she's trying to apply for new jobs for the next transition. What she doesn't understand is you're messing all that up right now. So you got that going on. You got everything with his supporters going on. You got all these people out here spitting out these just false claims, they're lies.
Yep.
There's no facts behind anything. There's not.
Yeah, for everybody saying that this was a rigged election,
Hoax,
fraud election,
all that stuff.
cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut it out, man.
It's because it's to the point now they're just still saying it, but people are just ignoring them. People like me, I'm just like, it's over.
Well, look,
There's nothing.
All of the counts and ballots are laser.
Yeah.
They're all
It's
electronic.
done deal.
There's things have been recounted, videos been watched. I mean, things have been tooth and nail. It's clear.
Yeah, I see the things about Trump's ballots being burned in the back alley. I'm like, you guys, it's just
You've seen too many.
it's just too much. It's a stretch, man. It's beyond a stretch. They're reaching for something they'll never be able to get to.
Yep.
And it's all but over, man. And that's the part that I'm ready to get to because we got all this stuff going on. It took for Biden to get president-elect, for him to get elected to start a COVID task force.
Right.
It shouldn't have taken this long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now because of just the immaturity of the president, we're losing more lives, man.
Yep.
I know people that they got family in the hospital, man. They're about to be in there for Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's terrible. That's not something you want to
Yep.
live with. Me and you, we personally have both lost our mothers. So
Yep.
it's hard. We got to do it formally, have a funeral and stuff like that. So we got to do that.
Couldn't imagine.
But we didn't have the burden of not being able to see them, knowing they're in the hospital and knowing they're dying, during the holidays.
Right.
We didn't have to deal with that, but I definitely can feel for people that have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I know so many
really
people,
tough.
man, because now it's a lot of people I'm seeing that are passing away, and now I'm just like, damn, is it COVID or are they just passing away? Like, what's going on?
I had the same thought the other day. Every time somebody's like, man, so-and-so died, I'm like, was it COVID?
Yeah.
It's just.
And most of it is COVID, bro. Like, and I'm just like, damn. And it pisses me off because a lot of these can be prevented, bro.
Well, I think my wife said Jeremiah,
he's on
a respirator or
he's on a
something?
respirator.
What the heck?
Yeah. So, you got stuff like that.
I'm cool,
and it's just,
man. I can't go on the COVID,
it sucks. And I'll even say this too, man. Rest in peace to Bruce Sweden. That was Michael Jackson's audio engineer. I'm big in the audio engineer community.
For sure.
COVID.
Legend.
You know what I mean? It's shit that could be prevented. It's not like they're just old. It's just like, yo, it's this illness, it's this virus going around that's really doing it. And because some people, and there are some people that are fortunate enough to go get treatment, but it don't matter. It don't. And everybody ain't the president, and they're not going to get that president type of treatment. Nobody is,
I don't even think he had it, man.
I think he did, but
I mean, I don't.
like,
so
and I think
tough, man.
I think it worked in his favor getting it and recovering from it. It worked in his favor because now it gave him an excuse to do everything he's doing and allowing people to do what they want to do now. And I just think that's jacked up because right after that, what happened? His who was that? Man, who caught it in his cabinet? There's been so many people catching it in his cabinet, and it's just that shit is just dangerous, man.
Yep.
That type of shit is just super toxic. It's something I don't want to be around. Wouldn't want to be around. I know everybody in the White House is working for this man probably doesn't want to be around that because I know now they're thinking like, damn. This is more about me than this fucking loser right here. Excuse my language, but he's thinking about more about himself, walking around, no mask, having these campaign rallies, letting these people stand right next to each other. I mean, hell, he possibly could have been a spreader at the one where he took the test and then they said he had it.
Right.
So, you look at that versus what Biden was doing with these polling car rallies where cars were more than 6 feet apart, you know, and it's just like night and day, regardless of the, you know, as far as the issues and what they stand for. That's what people don't understand is none of that shit really matters at this point because of how night and day they are as far as character of a person.
Right.
You know what I mean? The characteristics of the type of person they are.
Easily.
So
Baseline
I
stuff,
think that's just it's the tale of all tales of why it happened that way for one, and why people feel a certain type of way for two, you know? So I don't know, man. It's just a super frustrating thing, but this election is just, it's a huge clusterfuck at this point.
Yep.
You know, I don't even know what else to tell you about it because it should be over. You should have conceded. And now I'm starting to think this is more about him than it is about the country, which has probably always been.
Always.
But now it's really about him because guess what? This guy is potentially going to prison after he gets out or is done here in office. And I think that's why he's pushing so hard for this, me personally. And now he's lost time where he could have stepped down, allowed Pence to pardon him, but they've ran out of time. I just don't think there's not enough time to do that.
You know, he can't do that at the last minute, like the last day.
Or
like a
he
day
would have
before.
he would have to go to court, get tried, and then go to prison. That's just not going to happen from now until January. If they're smart, they'll just wait. They'll say, nah, we'll wait. We'll give it time. We'll wait till Biden gets in here, and then you ain't getting pardoned by nobody.
Right.
You know? And I think I feel like that was something they had in mind, but they just knew it wasn't going to work because they just wait.
I can't wait till
You know what I mean?
January 20th, man, to see what happens.
If he was smart, he would just go to the inauguration, try to smooth over a little bit, be like, at least I learned to concede, and maybe they might spare him. But if he continues this up, they going to drill his ass in the ground, man, and there's just going to be nothing really he can do about it. Running out of money, he's forcing his supporters to pay money, not forcing them, but he's, you know, aggressively asking for money for donations. There's no more resources he has. He's used them all up.
Right.
The man doesn't really have money anymore. You know, nothing's in his name anymore. It's just not a good look. And it doesn't make the United States look good either.
Right.
You know, it makes us all look bad. So,
man, we'll see what happens.
yeah, man, I don't know. I'm ready for the election to be over. Like, we're not even counting anymore. You know?
No, it's
I get
done.
it. You know,
It's
it
done.
might take us a little bit to count, you know, a little bit of time. I get that. But now we're at the point where he's won so many of the electoral college votes that it doesn't matter what you recount or you're still counting. He lost. You know?
Now, does the Electoral College still have the power to, because I heard that they still, no matter what the count is, they ultimately still have the power to say which states they think should have went which way.
Yeah.
But I don't
think that's going to happen
I think
because
they're
you do
ready.
that, it's going to make this shit even worse.
Yeah, I think they're ready for
Why
it.
not just transition this guy out of here while we have the chance
Right.
and just move on?
Yeah.
Get this shit over with.
Yeah. Well, at least Biden understands the government in a government way.
Yeah, he's been here before.
Trump just a placeholder.
Oh, yeah. You know, and you got him playing golf on the election day, and it's over, man. You know? They're telling, he's got his kids, one day he's telling them to concede, next day they're telling them not to concede. Not looking good, bro. It's not. We've been preaching this for I don't know how long, even before. I can't wait till it happens. Now you got all these mail-in ballots that are supposedly not real. Like, huh? I mean, I don't even think people realize that guy that got caught, he was voting for Trump, but he was using people's deceased mail-in ballots and voting for Trump. He just went to jail for 25 years.
Oh, they
prison.
fried
Yeah.
Yeah.
Federal. They not fucking around. So
No.
if you are cheating, they're going to catch you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But they would have caught your ass by now.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're talking about the United States government. We're talking about the FBI, CIA, whatever you want to poll into this.
And legally, they still let him get one vote, still put him in jail, and Trump still lost.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, it's all but over. And
Yeah.
I've been saying that for I don't know how long.
man, we'll
bro.
see what happens in January, man. But tired of these guys.
Yeah, I'm sick of it, man.
Moving on.
Oh yeah. So let's let's touch on what you were getting at with the drive-through. So Foot Locker is opening its first sneaker drive-through in Detroit. It's called the Sneak Through. I think that's pretty hilarious if you ask me. Like,
I think it's hilarious too. And what's funny about that, when I first seen this, I said this ain't got nothing to do with COVID. He said they're opening in Detroit.
yeah.
Hell yeah, y'all opening in Detroit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking too.
Sneak
I'm
through
like,
here real quick.
I'm
Don't come
like,
in, bruh.
I'm like, at first I was like, Detroit? I don't know. So I think Jalen's gonna put a few pictures up that we got. But it's called the Sneak Through, and the window will offer a variety of services from the menu of the favorite kicks, apparel, to in-store pickup and launch reservations. So you could potentially get your like your Air Jordan release
Sure.
through the drive-thru. You know how clutch that would be?
That would be sweetness.
Especially like because the
Raffle
hardest part
ticket.
is like the
Raffle
cold
in.
years when it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
cold.
Yep.
It's December. It's Black Friday in November when you usually get the 11s that come out.
Yep.
You got to wait there the whole night before.
Yep.
That's all done with. And now you don't even have to wait outside with your ticket. You could wait in your car and pull up.
Yep.
My only problem is I think they should really think this out, because my whole thing is I've seen shit happen plenty of times at a McDonald's where a motherfucker is getting ready to get their food and someone just snatches it.
Yep. Running
Like
through, yeah.
kids doing it all the time. That's why when I seen Detroit, I was like, y'all should have thought this through.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know, put it in somewhere else. It's a great idea, but I was just like,
Now, what'll be cool is if they had like a little display menu like McDonald's,
yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you got all the stuff on the catalog, like an East Bay. And you're like, yeah, give me a number 39 and extra large.
Yeah.
With a pair of 22s real quick.
Yeah, see, I think they should incorporate something like that in there. Even give you like a box that looks like it's like food. You know what I mean?
Sweetness. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that'd be sweet.
that would be dope. That's a pretty dope idea. But I seen that, and I'm just thinking with COVID and everything going on, like, wow, it's a good idea, great idea.
Yeah,
Just like with
yeah.
the Chipotle,
Yeah.
going drive through. Are we gonna see this a lot more? It's really gonna depend on where they are.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, me and you both had our time being sneakerheads and copping some of the finest shoes, but I think nowadays people have more of a focused audience or a focused attention on certain shoes, right? So
Yeah.
Jordans, obviously, Air Force Ones are classic, Timberland Wheats, certain Air Max. There's 3 or 4 different Air Max. Everybody cops.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm getting to is like, if they say, look, Foot Locker's only going to sell these 20 pair of shoes, people come, like, because when you go to the mall, bro, you know pretty much what you're getting before you get there. Like, I don't ever go to the mall like, oh, let me browse.
Yeah.
like every once in a while I'll look around.
Usually, sometimes.
But most of the 99%
that's like Air
of the
Max when
time,
I'm
yeah.
doing that. Mhm.
Yeah, 90, like I may have went there looking for something specific and then seen something else like, oh, this is kind of sweet, and kind of compare some stuff and then cop something else. But I don't go looking. I
Yeah.
go to the mall and I'm like, give me that, this, and that, and
Right.
I'm out of here.
Mhm.
All right, 153 your bet.
Mhm.
Whatever. So I
See,
think
they
this
should
is,
figure out a way to do it with an app.
get real focused with it, man, to where it's all pickups, but you still selling the same volume of
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Foot Locker ain't got a big selection anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like their stores are smaller.
You gotta
selection's
remember though,
smaller.
man, we still in the culture of dope boys pulling up, man. We know it even back in the day, the dope boys pulling up Tri-County Mall,
Yeah,
day of the release,
yeah.
racks trying to buy everything, Christmas and everything, cash fucking money. Got about 10 kids, baby
Right,
mamas,
right,
everybody
right.
getting paid for.
Right,
That
right.
type of shit, like that culture ain't going nowhere. And I
Nah,
still
give me
think
6 velour
I
outfit
think
for-
that's what they not trying to lose that type of money
Devereaux's
either, man.
days.
Because I used to work in the Finish Line.
Yeah.
That was my first job.
Okay.
You
Yep.
know, and I had that with sports marketing. Shout out to
Yep.
Mrs. Stevie.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I know what it's like. I
Mhm.
know what type of money they make, especially during those times on people that just come up and just asking for everything in the fucking store. I
Right,
get it.
Right.
I know some guys don't want to do all this on the app on their phone. Look, do this,
Yep.
and then go pick it up and pay with a card. A lot of these dudes paying with cash, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I smelled the cash. It smelled like dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying, bro. I had someone they brought something back.
Bodies on the
Man,
couch.
bro, they brought this outfit back, and my manager, she was like, "Smell this bag, bruh," and it was a little jumpsuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Smell that bag. It smelled like gas, bro.
Pure
I'm
gas.
talking about you opened it. You would have thought it was gas
Pepe
in the
Le Pew,
bag,
yeah.
bro. I was like, damn, like, and this is at a time, I'm 17, 18.
Right.
I'm like, damn,
Young
bro, this
boy,
what
like,
y'all be on, like,
man.
for real.
Big boo.
She was like, yeah, they brought this back.
Hot
She's like, you think it smell like weed? I'm like, do it smell like weed? Like, is it weed in the bag? Like, did y'all check the pockets?
Right.
You know
right,
what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. So it's always going to be a thing, that they going to want to make that money still. Everybody ain't going to want to do it that way, which I get.
Right.
But this is smart. You know what I mean? And I'm a guy, I still think cash is king,
Mm-hmm.
but I do love doing a lot of ordering online. I got my PlayStation, ordering it online, did it through Amazon, didn't have to leave my house, had it here the day it came out by noon. No problem. The luxury of being able to do it that way is incredible. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I'm in between on this, but it's definitely a great idea. I think a lot of other companies are going to start catching on as long as they have the property that is able to do that. That's
Right.
going to be the only problem.
Yeah, I don't know too many Foot Locker locations that have
are
an
like that.
exterior mall location that you could just pull up, but maybe they start doing some standalone stores like a T-Mobile or a Sprint.
Pop-ups or something.
Yeah.
Or delivery.
Well, I've seen a lot of local places.
I think that'd be
start
the
doing
problem,
that.
though.
Local delivery.
Because if I
from
seen
the
a
store.
fucking Foot Locker shop, just a Foot Locker, like, bus, like, kind of, you ever seen the Amazon Prime, how they deliver in that pretty big van?
Right.
Just think about if you've seen that, like, in the hood on a release
Well, what's
day.
the difference, though? Hit them Amazons up. If
I
you
mean,
gonna
they
get a
do.
Foot Locker hit-
I
'cause
mean,
them
they
Amazons
do.
be holding.
Oh, yeah, they
had your
do.
PS5.
Oh, yeah, they did, but it's a
Hey,
little
if
bit
I'd-
harder to
if
know
I'd have
what's
seen that
going on.
If I'd have seen that Amazon truck pull up over here on day and drop off, I'd have hit him like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, and walk them over here.
Nah, it's crazy though.
Hey, mask on, everything.
I was talking to
Dear
Jalen about
president.
this, and he mentioned it, but I told him I had seen it too. But Target, they had this notice like at the bottom if you were buying a PS5 for them. Notice it comes in original boxing. So on the outside of the box, it says PlayStation 5. So anybody that sees it delivering it is going to know it's a PlayStation 5.
Right.
Now, they switched it because people were getting pissed off because they knew that shit was going to get snatched.
What did yours come in? A box?
Mine came in an Amazon box. It
Okay.
didn't say shit on there. But
Okay.
Amazon Prime in my
Right.
name and,
And then
address.
and then the box was inside of
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
dope.
But they were saying on the Target box, it
They
was
was just
saying
sending
PlayStation 5,
they
bro.
sick with it. They sick.
Can't do that shit.
Nah,
You-
you can't. First of all, you can't do that from a quality control standpoint, and third of all, you can't do it. Man, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You get somebody smoke.
You know how hot I would be if that would have show up on my doorstep, like just like that?
Man, that
I'm
delivery
checking
driver
my
had to
shit
carry
set.
a gun.
Yeah. I mean, you got to worry about the delivery driver.
That's what I'm
Shit.
saying.
Because if your kid need one and you like,
Oh.
damn, man, this it
Deliver-
right here.
Delivered. Then take the picture.
Yeah.
And then grab the box.
Yeah.
I dropped it off.
That or just skip out. Just don't even deliver the shit. Just
Quit
take
your
that
job.
shit somewhere
Say
else.
it's worth $5. Go if I get hired somewhere else.
Yeah, or have your mans rob you. You know what I mean? Too easy.
Hey,
They don't think about this type of shit, but it happens. You know what I mean? So,
Hey,
I don't know,
Tony,
man.
if you watching this, man, he talking about how your man's rob you.
hey, I'm telling
Oh,
you,
man.
I've done seen it before. I done
Oh,
seen
my
seen
goodness.
cats plot this way.
Yeah, nah.
Hey, I've seen it,
Me
bro.
too. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
And I got a couple homies that know if they watching this, they laughing right now, man. Like, that is hilarious.
Yeah, man, that's it's crazy to even think about it, but it's just wild that it comes down to that shit sometimes, and it really does, man. I've seen it happen.
Man, right.
I've seen some desperate shit go on, but
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna perp to you. When I was a sophomore in high school, the all black 10s came out. All black 10Js right before school started back. So mom took me to the mall, cop for me. And it was at a time where I knew moms had spent some dough on them, and that was unusual.
right,
So I was like, man, I got these. I'm proud of these. Man, we leave Tri-County Mall, put the shoes in her van. We pull across the street to get some food. I forget what exact restaurant we went to, but we pull across the street. Like, we only drove like a mile.
mm-hmm.
And come back out, dude, and somebody had broken the car and stole the shoes.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, it was crazy as hell. And I was like, where are my shoes at? You know what I mean? Like, what in the hell? But yeah, bro, people get grimy for these material things.
Desperation, man.
You know, I haven't grabbed either one of the new systems.
Mm-hmm.
I almost got the Xbox X, Series X, but wifey talked me out of it a little bit. So I'm gonna listen to her, man, stay out of the doghouse. But when I tell you, you know, we'll have it soon. Went ahead and picked up the Spider-Man for the kids, man, and the Call of Duty for myself. So those have been great.
How they liking that? They
Man,
like the Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. They're huge fans of Spider-Man Into the Universe.
Spider-Verse.
I mean, the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
They, I mean, the soundtrack, the movie, I mean, we've watched it a million times. So they're
that shit is
huge
amazing,
Miles Morales. So, yeah, the game.
You see,
cool.
they added the suit, but they put it in the same amount of frames that it is in the movie. So it looks like the actual movie.
Right.
That's the craziest shit I've ever seen in a video game, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that shit, I seen that, I was like, yo. You know, I got PS5, so I was just like, that shit blew my fucking mind, dog. I was like, there's no way they can just keep thinking of new shit to do in video games.
Yep.
There's no way.
Yep.
Like, that, I'm telling you, that is like one of the most incredible, just craziest things I've ever seen done in a game. As far as
I
that.
used to, when graphics first got good in like the late 2000s, I used to always say, man, how much better could it possibly get? Because I didn't understand, right? Like, from the appearance, I'm like, man, this is so much better than the Game Day 96 I used to play with Marshall Faulk and all that, right? But what I noticed were the small details. So, like, for example, somebody walks in a room, you know, there's a couple of detail things. There's a table, there's a clock, whatever, right? Well, like, back in the day, it would have just been like a table, a clock, an outline of a sink or something. But now, like, you see the faucet dripping, the clock is ticking, you know, the things moving, and you know, the flower on the table, like, the leaf falls off. You're like, holy moly, like, all of the little details. So, man, that stuff's
it's amazing, man.
It's
Even
crazy.
I'm still experiencing next gen currently, you know, and I'm just like, I feel like I got a problem again. I'm starting to play games heavy again. It's an issue because I'm seeing so many things where I'm like, and it's so stupid to me, just like, oh, like, this is like a loading time. Like, I'm getting geeked over shit like that. Or
right.
just seeing like the hair particles. Like, you know, I got the 2K and they let you do the face scan. And I thought I was looking in the mirror.
Yep.
And then I seen the hair. You know, usually like when they do braids, it's just braids and it's down.
Yeah.
They got the little parts coming out of the braids. So like the little hairs, like, so it looks natural, how braids look. I'm just like, this stuff is absolutely ridiculous,
They
bro.
got the Jim Jones fibers.
Man, all that, bro. All of that,
Well,
man.
I saw your character, man. It did look pretty dead on.
It's
man.
ridiculous, bro.
Boy, and like you said, the loading times. That's what's so sweet now, man. And I appreciate it for Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the click-throughs and the button presses and times where you're just mashing, trying to get through certain screens, they've made so much easier and so wonderful. Like, and just like typically when it used to just be a loading screen, like waiting for it to come on. Now, man, it's showing you come off the boat or the helicopter. You know, you coming in the doom buggy. You know, all that cool stuff, man. So, or like it lets you continue to pick through your class and create things while the load. I mean, it's just.
I'll touch on this one thing that you kind of just brought up, but with what they were doing on like PS4, Xbox One. So if you ever played like the Tomb Raider or what else was like that? I think Last of Us did it a little bit, but when they had the parts where you would crawl through the little small areas and you would be in another part, that was actually a trick that they came up with to load in a whole new area.
Okay.
And you see how it was like it like the camera changed, and it was pretty much a camera trick. It was to trick you into thinking that, you know, it was a whole map, when in reality you're loading into a whole nother area. They did it with Jedi Fallen Order as well.
Yep.
Now that these consoles are so powerful, they don't even have to do that anymore. It's going to be effortlessly just endless. They won't have to really use that camera trick anymore.
Right.
But they used it in the past, but that was the reason why, you know, because it was open world, but it was open world in sections.
Right.
Now it's just all open world. Even Spider-Man, like the fast travels are like you blink and it's there. It's, bruh,
Well, some
Crazy.
of the world games my sons play that are kind of 2-player on screen playing together. You have to kind of, man. There's like they're always like it's a cutscene, but they love that, man. Like where there's a scene where it's a real quick cutscene, or there's just like a quick drama, but it's loading up to the next piece and stuff, man. And they don't even know it.
Yeah.
But man, it's amazing, man.
Yeah, man. These games, it came a very long way, man. Super long way.
Yep.
Yo, man, we had that NBA draft on Wednesday.
Yep.
Did you watch any of it?
I watched a little bit of it, man. I this year in particularly wasn't a huge year for me as far as who I followed or people that I knew. I mean, a couple years ago, man, there was a lot of local talent, a lot of people that I was aware of, but I was really excited about LaMelo Ball. And I'll come back to him, but man, I was really, really excited about Kenyon Martin Jr.
Yeah, he was second round.
Yeah, 55th or 56th overall. Actually was drafted by someone and then traded to Houston immediately. So he's with the Rockets. But what was really cool,
You know, they're from Texas.
yeah,
Well,
man.
Kenyon Martin's from Texas.
What was cool, man, is that Kenyon Martin, I follow him on Instagram. I follow both of them on Instagram, him and his son, senior and junior. I've met Kenyon Martin a couple times in person, man.
Yep.
Super cool, crazy hood dude.
Yeah, nah. Super
Like-
cool guy.
Like, I don't want to fight, bruh. And I feel for people that ever try to beef with him. But he had posted some stuff on Instagram. Now, I got 3 sons. So, you know, they're not there yet. But I think about the future and what opportunities they have. And Kenyon Martin had posted a picture and the caption said moments, ... And it was the slideshow of pictures. And it was the moment his son got drafted. So, like, his son stood up, embraced with his dad, and you can tell Kenyon Martin was crying. And I'm like, dang. Now, the very next picture was Kenyon Martin on his draft night holding his son. I think he had his son with him. There was a couple of different pictures he had, so like All-Star games and, you know, I don't know if it was the finals or not, but some other stuff where his son was with him, 2-3 years old, press conference or whatever, and he's like, man, you were made for these moments or whatever. You've been there before. But just seeing that, you know, 20-year cycle, man, it was just cool, man. And like, it had me thinking, I mean, I ain't been in the league, but just that whole draft day thing. I got 3 sons, man. I got 3 different opportunities to possibly experience a draft night.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Well, think about LeVar Ball, man.
Well, no, and that's why I wanted to go back to LaMelo.
Yeah.
Man, like, people hated on LeVar. Now, don't get me wrong, he a loudmouth. Dude's goofy.
Yeah.
Dude funny.
Yeah.
But he willed his sons into positions that just other people haven't, bro. And like, I give it to him for that.
I know guys like this that, you know, being at like Sports Plus and working there, there's plenty of guys that are like that. It doesn't always work. Most of the time it doesn't work, you know, but sometimes it does, man. I know a few guys, and not gonna name no names, but I know their boys they're good kids, man. But like, they just were like that. But that was just because they really willed themselves to wanting their kids to at least play basketball or a professional sport. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the bigger play on all of it is that you put something inside of your kids to want that as well.
Yeah.
So, cause like, I can't mentally strong my kids to just being great. There's going to have to come a time where they're going to have to want it themselves. So I have to build that up, you know, so I want to continue to build that in them to where one day they can realize what greatness is.
Right.
And not that they have to achieve greatness through sports, but just that they'll one day say, man, I'm glad that my dad put the time in for me to be able to be the man I am today. And seeing Kenyon Martin, LaMelo Ball, all those guys, man, was just like, golly, man, that's strong right there.
Jalen, can you pull up the that round one, the draft? So the first pick was Anthony Edwards. It was a done deal. I mean, now they got some things coming out about him saying that he loves football. It came out the day of the draft. He said, you know, if I had the chance to play football, I would, because I love football.
Right.
It kind of reminded me of the Kyler Murray situation with football and baseball. I think it's a little different because of baseball. Like, you're going to get big money there, but they just love football.
Russell Wilson.
I mean, yep.
I mean, those guys are.
But I think it's just a little different with basketball. Like, so many football players wanted to be basketball players.
Mhm.
You don't meet a lot of basketball players that want to be football players. It just
No.
never really worked like that. You know what I mean?
Especially when you
The
play
number one-
college.
And you're the number one pick. It's not like you're a 10th. You're the 10th. Like,
Well,
you're,
most guys that have that opportunity are number one picks.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I
They're
totally
just
get
those
that.
extreme athletes
Mhm.
that are number one picks
Mhm.
because of their skill and. But it's
Yeah, he's this. I mean, but he's the most NBA ready guy in this draft.
now between longevity and career. If you're him, what's your opinion on basketball and NFL?
I'm still gonna pick basketball. It's just everything is just set up. The NBA is the greatest sports organization in the history of sports. It's set up perfectly for the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
It's improved year after year after year. The players are the business. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the way I've seen it explained in the past is if you look at the NFL, all the players they're replaceable. You know what I mean? It's about the name on the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey for football. It's vice versa for basketball. You bring in tickets with the name on the back of the jersey, not, the name on the front. Pretty much like an example would be the Lakers. They were non-existent. Nobody cared about them once Kobe, and rest in peace, retired. It was nothing. You know what I mean? Even when they had Lonzo there for a little second, but it didn't get really big back until LeBron James came there. It's just the people that play for these teams make these teams better. And speaking of which, it was breaking news. I think this was about 15 minutes ago, but Gordon Hayward signed a 4-year, $120 million deal with the Hornets. So now Gordon Hayward is going to be with the Hornets and LaMelo is going to be with the Hornets. So, and I think that's why Mike really drafted LaMelo, you know what I mean? Because if you can't get Wiseman or Edwards, what's the next best thing you're going to be able to do? Because you don't have nobody to fill them seats.
Right.
Get LaMelo. And now they just gave Gordon Hayward a, 4-year deal, So I just think it's just set up differently. And I think if you're a player that has that choice, play as long as you're good.
Yeah.
Do it. You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards is the most NBA ready prospect in this draft. He's explosive. He's strong. You look at his like pictures and put him side by side to the next 10 people in the draft. He's way bigger than them, man. He's the most developed player that there is. Now, raw upside, Wiseman potentially could have a great career and better than anybody's, but he's got to develop, just like LaMelo's got to develop, got to get bigger, got to get stronger.
Yeah.
You look at all the pictures of him. I mean, he's little. He's small. He's played in a Australian league where strength really wasn't what you had to have. Now you got to have that. You're going to have on-ball defenders that are going down your strap. Just ask Lonzo. His first, how many games, Patrick Beverly said it's your daddy fault.
Right.
And the same target that was on Lonzo going to be on LaMelo.
Oh,
I think LaMelo's a lot nicer. He's way bigger. He's longer.
Yeah.
He might be able to shoot a little bit better. He's still got a weird shot. He's got that weird shot that his dad never made him fix. I get it. So we'll have to see. But there was a few guys in this draft, man, that I was just like, they got the potential to, do big things. Even Obi, he went to the Knicks, man. That guy's from Brooklyn, I believe. So it just hits differently. He's physically well developed, but we're gonna see how technically developed he is. You know what I mean? So there's just a lot there was a lot of players in this draft. Cole Anthony, he went to 15 to who was it? The Magic. Trying to think who else that just kind of stepped out. R.J. Hampton. I don't know how he dropped that far. 24. That kid pretty much should have came straight. He did come out of high school, but had to do the G League thing. That dude, there's no way that kid should have dropped that low. I think that's going to be another sleeper.
No, like you said, it's the potential these guys have.
Oh, yeah, man.
We see it year after year.
Oh, yeah.
Guys.
And they're developing a lot faster than, what they have in the past. So I think that's just, we're getting to a point now where I'm buckled up, and now Kenyon Martin Jr.
Yep.
I'm ready to see what he gonna do, man.
Man, no, it's
You
gonna
know?
be sweet.
It's gonna be dope. We already mentioned Gordon Hayward going to the Hornets. That kind of popped up on us. We had other news last night that the Raptors are playing in Tampa for the beginning of the 2020-2021 season. I don't know if you knew about Canada. They're not doing any sports, any kind of events there. They already said that a long time ago. So they have been looking for a place to play their games.
Okay.
So now they're going to play them in Tampa,
Okay.
which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
I kind of wanted them to go to Seattle and play just because they lost that franchise. But,
Right.
I thought I'd throw that in there. But, yeah, they're going to play the beginning of it in Tampa. I don't know exactly where they're going to play it at, but they are playing in Tampa. So all the teams are ready to go now, and the season starts next month on, what is it, like the 18th or something? Sometime next month.
I
So,
wonder where they're gonna play.
yeah, that was my whole thing. I don't know exactly. I'm sure they have some type of convention.
Yeah, when I was in
arena
Tampa, I
or
saw
something.
the what is it? The what's they called? What's their stadium called? The Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah.
I saw that, man. Pretty beefy. Looks sweet.
Oh, yeah, that's a big-ass
But I
stadium.
don't.
boy.
But I don't remember any hoop arenas or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. So I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But I'm glad they're still playing.
Unless there's a college there somewhere.
Yeah.
Could be a college there that they're just gonna play at. So we'll see. But that's kind of cool. Like Tampa, they getting a whole fucking basketball team
Yeah, that'll be cool
for
those-
rent. They getting to rent them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
down
that'll
there.
be cool for the locals there. Maybe they'll get to come to some games or something.
Yeah, just in case their team gets washed in the playoffs, because I think that's gonna happen.
Right.
I don't think Tom Brady and them boys gonna be able to.
Nah,
If Drew Brees come back and he all right, it's over.
yeah.
That Saints team dangerous.
Tampa
bro.
Bay ain't been playing real. Yeah,
That Saints
Saints dangerous and ain't even really full power, man.
We gonna see how good they are this
Mike
weekend.
Thomas
man.
hasn't played much. Emmanuel Sanders had COVID.
Mhm.
He's back, but had COVID. Alvin Kamara's battled injury, and
Bro,
then
he's been playing so nice, bro.
Oh yeah, no,
I think he
and
might
he's been
be MVP.
Yeah,
bro.
he's sweetness.
Taysom Hill.
And no
Oh,
homo, man. But I love when he
goodness.
smiled them goals, them
Oh, yeah.
thing, man. When he scored a touchdown, ripped that thing off, and just I'm like,
Yeah, man, that motherfucker, he's shining for real, bro.
that's
For
some,
real.
that's
but
some,
I became a
that's some
Taysom
ice.
Hill fan over the past few weeks.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Dude, super nice.
bro.
He's getting a start too this weekend. I still think they should have started at Jameis and then just kept him as a gadget. He's so fucking dangerous as a gadget, bro.
Right,
Like,
right.
he plays fucking special teams. He's everywhere. He's quarterback, wide receiver, running back.
Right.
You know how many times he has to do film? Like, bro, he's there all day
Yeah.
working.
Yep.
But they paid the man, so
Right.
you get what you pay for. And
Right,
they
right,
definitely
right.
haven't gotten what they paid for.
For sure.
We got a viral vid that I want everybody to check out. We're gonna talk about this for a little second. We ain't gonna go too deep into this because this shit
Yeah,
was
it could
wild.
get crazy.
We
but
could
ain't gotta get
go.
wild with it.
We could go crazy deep, but yo, we had that Gucci and Jeezy, bruh. Did you watch it?
Man, like
Did you get to watch it?
You know when you kill your homeboy, you left his son to be a bastard, won't even raise your own boy. Damn. Damn.
Broke the internet.
I tell you what.
Put that nigga ass in the dirt.
I tell you what.
Smoking on Pookie Low tonight.
I tell you.
You know when you kill your homeboy, you left his son to be a
So the thing that everybody was kind of talking about, that Gucci was joking about before the battle, it happened.
Mhm.
He played Truth. And I think he rapped that whole fucking song, dog. And it got to a point where my mouth dropped. I was just like, excuse me? Like, I get it, but I was like, damn, dog, I thought we weren't even going to. I thought y'all was just fucking around, like,
Yeah,
whatever. Like, I know it's serious, but
man.
damn. So you played a song, and then you go on to say what you smoking on tonight? Pookie Loke, bro? Like, whoa, wait a minute. Everybody's saying the beef squash and all this. I don't know.
Man, you know, I thought
Great
that,
night, though.
Yeah.
Great
Sweet
night.
Sweet night, sweet event,
Mm-hmm.
perfect verses.
Mm-hmm. Best one.
Yeah.
Best one, bro. Only one I watched too.
Yeah, I think it was sweetness. But there was a lot of honesty and realness
Yeah.
to the point where it was like, did you see Gucci security leaving out of there? Did you? What?
Nah, I ain't see
Man, I
that.
should have got y'all together before. But no, so there's a video on World Star today. You have to watch it afterwards.
Mhm.
But literally, Gucci had like 3 white vehicles, Rolls Royces, trucks, cars, whatever.
Mhm.
As each car was leaving, he had 1 armed guard on each side of each car. So 6 total guys with AK-47s walking next to the car down the street as it left the venue.
Mhm. Magic City.
Yeah. So literally these cars are kind of creeping 10, 15 mile an hour, and there's just 6 guys each side with AK-47s just kind of slowly walking them out. And I was just like, man, Gucci wasn't playing no games, because you don't know what people would do.
And I mean,
Some people take
kill
this
the
stuff.
partner.
Yeah.
Even
that could've
if
been-
he wasn't the one that started it, somebody still, they gonna be
Sick.
like, you killed my mans.
That could have been it.
And,
Other people be plotting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, guess what? When you say I got a $10,000 outfit
yeah.
on, and I got $5 million
Jewelry.
in jewelry on right now,
Lick.
what?
People don't care. People start going to jail for that stuff, and they don't care.
What?
It's Christmas
You got
time.
what on?
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
So it's like, man, but it was a great night for trap music for Atlanta.
Yes.
There were hits on hits on hits on
Shout
hits.
out to Atlanta, all the zones. I don't
Yeah,
care where they
man.
from, man. All the
Yeah.
zones, man. All the music coming from Atlanta, man.
I mean, that's where all this shit originated
them
from.
2 guys,
Anything you
T.I.'s,
hear-
Migos. I mean, all them guys, man.
Anything
just
you
thanks.
hear on the radio now, trap music wise, it's because of those 2 guys that was up there doing that.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, for those 2 guys, and for people that don't know, they have a long history of hating each other to the point where one of them tried to get the other one killed.
Yep.
Now Jeezy he put a bounty out on his chain and said, "I give you 10,000 if you snatch this man's chain." And one of his people's winning. And they set it up to where they had this female. He was in bed with this bitch. They left the club, got in bed with the bitch. She was the setup. She was the drop. And like I was telling people, that nigga killed him butt ass naked. He was naked when he killed dude, when they tried to bust through. And that's just Gucci Mane. Like, that's just the legend of Gucci Mane. He's been like this even before that, but that just tipped a whole lot of that shit into motion, man.
Well, just so, I got the platform now to say this, because everybody's like, what's your opinion? What's your opinion, man?
Yeah,
For me, it's deeper than music.
Mm-hmm.
But with these guys, I think this is what it really comes down to. And this is my opinion. So, this isn't the bottom line, but this is just me.
Yeah.
When it came down to the verses and the music piece,
Yeah.
and they said, was it Gucci or is it Jeezy for you? I went Gucci. Now, both of them are legends in my mind. Both of them are legends to me. But I went on the Gucci side. I'll tell you why. When anybody ever asks me to choose between 2 people, I always have to determine, like, who can we live without? So I can live without Jeezy because there was the Gucci, and there was other trap music, to where if I never heard Jeezy, I'd have been like, man, I still get trap music.
Mm-hmm.
Gucci changed the game.
Oh, yeah.
Gucci had all different type of audiences, from white kids to Hispanic kids. Everybody knew Gucci songs. Everybody knew the fat mouth with the Bart Simpson, the sloppy singing and rapping, the chicken talk, all the stupid mixtapes. Like, I don't think from a content standpoint, Jeezy could fuck with Gucci at all, ever. And I'm not saying all of his stuff was classic, because he had some very ridiculous songs.
Yeah.
But from a content standpoint, bruh had a lot of music. I've also know the background. So I watched a documentary with Jeezy a couple years back, where Jeezy said, I never planned to be a rapper. He said, I was a trapper, literally.
Yeah.
Jeezy the Snowman. Me and my homies was in here cutting up dope, counting money one night, having a good time, drinking, smoking, and we started freestyling. He said, I was able to carry a beat, ride a beat, rap, spit some bars, and everybody was like, "Oh, bro, you should rap, you should rap." He like, "Man, get out of here, man. I'm a trapper. Like, I'm Jeezy. I'm just who I am."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm in Atlanta. You know what I mean? It's enough going around here to where I get some exposure. Somebody heard me. It went from there. Now I'm because he said as soon as they was like, man, you could actually get the same money or if not more money legally doing this. He said, man, I'll put them drugs aside anytime if I can go get the, you know what I'm saying, the M's or whatever." So that was kind of his story. Gucci, on the other hand, man, he wanted to be a rapper from day one. Gucci been rapping since he was 12, 10, whatever it is, and still rapping.
Oh yeah, you know.
So
it's just it was just cool to see, you know, that's the birth of trap music was those two guys, you know what I mean? You know, and
crazy.
they did the little So Icy at the end, and
hey, them two dudes alone are responsible for Zaytoven's entire career.
oh yeah.
You seen Zay there, and I'm like, Zay made beat after beat after beat for Atlanta dudes. And them two guys, man, had so many beats.
Yeah, I mean, it was just I don't know, for me, in the beginning of that whole thing, Jeezy was running it up.
Oh, yeah.
He was. Yeah. And that's what people got to realize, too, like, it's the experience you have.
USDA
boys
boys
in the hood. Like, and Jeezy was getting played back in the day. Like, don't get it twisted. There was people pulling the mixtapes out of Jeezy, and they was bumping that shit like Thug Motivation. Like, niggas was playing this shit, man. And it was white people playing this shit, too, man.
Classics.
It was white folk playing this shit, too, man.
All the TM103. Yeah, and Jeezy has some very great mainstream music.
He's got some, like, motivational, like, it's just, and even, like, you got to think about, I seen a tweet about thinking about how the songs were mixed and how they sounded. Like, you could tell where cats was and what they was on and what they was doing. Gucci was literally in the fucking trap recording most of those songs, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about one mic in the fucking kitchen,
quality
rapping
terrible.
all this shit, and it was coming out bangers. He was taking that shit to the strip club that night. That's where all these
Julius
that's where all these cats was getting all this shit from. He came up with this whole formula to where cats was recording in studios, then going to the strip clubs the same night, telling the DJ to play these new songs that they just recorded, and then they'll see how they like it. Gucci Mane created that shit.
Right.
It's a reason why they sell wings in the motherfucking strip club, and it's not because they just do it. It's because of Gucci Mane.
Right.
He started all that. But at the same time, Jeezy he's got good music.
Yes.
Jeezy's got great music. He knew how to put it together.
And Jeezy
it just
was a good
sounded
feature
good.
guy too.
Oh
right?
yeah,
I mean, he got a lot of collabs with a lot of good artists.
It was just that sound though. I don't know. It worked for both of them. You know what I mean? And that's why you almost want to say it was a tie, just because it was just so much going on and there's so much music. Man. One kind of really stopped doing a whole lot of music, and the other one just kept elevating to an urban legend to the point where motherfuckers just ready for him to get out of prison. Like, and then now they're changing to this whole different person. So I don't know, man. It was just good to watch. I enjoyed watching.
It was definitely a good one.
It was
man.
the best verses I've seen. It's probably the only verses I'm ever gonna watch live. I'm probably never gonna watch another one. I told people unless they do like Jay-Z and Nas, there's no point in doing anything else.
Right.
You're not topping
unless
that
Biggie
one.
and Tupac do the verses.
Yeah, with holograms and shit. But if none of that shit is happening, bro, just shut that shit down. They should just be done with it now.
I think we need a good old school and like not like Monica and Brandy or nothing, but like I'm talking about like a New Edition verse, like or something. So we need to.
They're just not gonna get them numbers though, bro. They were pushing 1.5 million on Instagram.
Oh,
alone.
this Jeezy and Gucci was dumb.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They was pushing that alone on Instagram. Yeah. Nobody else is gonna be hitting that at all, unless they do like a Jay and Nas. I don't see nobody hitting it, man. Like, I'm not gonna watch any other one. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, you're right, man. It don't make no other sense.
That's why T.I. ass had to sit out. Yeah, nobody was gonna want to watch that. It's a reason why they moved him out of that.
Yeah, he better cut it out.
Unless he go against like 50, people want drama now. Like especially after seeing this last one. If it don't make sense and it ain't gonna make no money, ain't nobody gonna watch it, bro.
Yeah, you're
telling you.
Right.
Apple Music ran it up. They ran it up last night or 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
They ran it up. So Apple Music probably sitting there, it's got to make sense now. If it's not hitting the Jeezy Gucci projections, we don't want to do it. I'm telling you, and that's how it's going to be. T.I. talking about he's still going to do one. Don't nobody care, bro.
Nah.
I don't.
Nah.
If it ain't Jeezy and Gucci, they ain't doing another one, a rematch. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, not if they ain't going to be.
So, I don't know.
You right, though. That makes sense.
It was a great night, though. It was unbelievable night.
Good event.
Unbelievable
Super
night.
good
It took
event.
me back. Like, that 05, like, high school, locker room,
bruh.
motherfucking
All type of hype. CDs, music,
club,
mixtapes,
teen club shit. Like, that shit was, man, I felt like a kid again.
Yeah, I was in college with that
You know
stuff,
what I mean?
man. I seen him, somebody posted on Instagram, we'll wrap this up, but somebody posted on Instagram the night before the verses and was like, post a Jeezy lyric that you can't wait to scream out tomorrow night. And people was posting some crazy shit, dope shit, like, you know, but as you're reading them, you're reminiscing every bar, like, you know, but, you know, because like you read them, you going through those, last night it was Kush shit, some rock, I was super geek. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, man, I just remember being at the spot or leaving the club.
Them niggas created ad-libs, low-key. Like, they created that just like, you heard you heard that on there, you knew it was over.
Yes, sir.
Or the Gucci came on and like,
one of my most favorite mixtapes ever was the Gucci Gotti. The Gucci Gotti was ridiculously slick, super good South music, but mixing that Atlanta with that Memphis, man, Gucci and Gotti was able to put together some fire little cuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Oh yeah, no, great night for hip hop music.
Man.
You know what I mean? For trap, it was great to watch.
Good for those two guys.
Oh
man.
yeah,
great
for them,
great
man.
careers,
yeah.
man.
We ain't gonna touch on anything else with that. I'm just gonna leave it on the music.
Great careers,
because they did their thing, man, and they still doing their thing. So
Good
shout out
stuff.
to Gucci Mane, shout out to Jeezy, and yeah, man, it was great. It was real good. So let's touch on this Thanksgiving, and we got a graphic that we're gonna pull up, and it's got to do with the most popular sides.
Man, I was looking at this, man, and we're gonna get on some funny stuff, but
Man, look, I think Jalen gonna pull it up. So, so pretty much here, you know, and you already know the first place I went and looked. I already knew it was gonna be this bullshit, bro. But you know, we'll start with Ohio. But anyway, there's this graphic that they posted about a week ago, and I've been saving it because I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta talk about this. And it's got to do with the most popular sides by state. So we'll start with Ohio. We're not gonna go through all 50 states. We don't have to because a good amount of them are like the same. And it's crazy, like if you peep like what's trending in certain areas, you understand why. But Ohio was green bean casserole. Green bean casserole? Have you had green bean casserole ever?
I have.
Do you like it to the point where it's your favorite Thanksgiving side though?
No. But this is what's crazy about this, right? So check this. I got a good story about green bean casserole. I was shocked when I saw this.
Yeah.
Just like you were. However, my grandma, one of her dishes that she has to make all the time is green bean casserole. So I grew up on this stuff. Now, this is where it gets a little sweeter for me. No, it's still not my favorite. However, it is edible. But now that I've introduced it to my wife since we've been married, she likes it. So there's a little bit in me that's like, man, I kind of grew up on this stuff as a kid. My wife didn't.
Yeah.
Now I've introduced it to her. She does like it. So she gets more enjoyment out of it now than I do. But I was great.
Yeah.
Awesome that I was able to bring that to her. However, if you look over to Indiana and you see that deviled eggs, that's what I'm really concerned about. Look at that thing, man. Deviled eggs.
Yeah, that's weird.
What? Do you like deviled eggs?
No, I hate
Me
them.
neither. I don't eat eggs scrambled. That's it. I don't eat eggs any other way but scrambled. Especially not deviled with the stuff.
Yeah, with the
mushed up
paprika and shit. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't understand. It's crazy. Like
my wife eat them like candy, bro.
My girl, she fucked them up, bro. She just bought bro, she already had some pre-boiled eggs she had got from Jungle Gyms, and they was in the bro, they already ate, they already gone. I'm like, nigga, get these dinosaur eggs out this damn fucking refrigerator, bro. Like, damn. Like,
I don't understand.
You'll catch me eating chitlins before you catch me eating some deviled eggs, bro.
Man.
I'm never gonna eat deviled. That shit is gross.
I do not understand.
I'm sorry, man.
That is weird.
I can't do it. There's something, I don't know what it is, and people just fuck with them heavy, and I'm like, it's something wrong with you motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I don't like the way it looks, smells, nothing.
Green bean casserole, though, it's just not for me. I might have had it a couple times, maybe, but I just didn't enjoy it. And it's definitely not. I'll side more with was that Pennsylvania? I'll do stuffing. I'll say that's my favorite Thanksgiving side.
Now,
unless it's yams.
Now, have you
or
ever
mac
had,
and cheese.
Have you ever had dressing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had both.
And you know the difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that was something that I was unaware of for a long time, of the difference in
Mhm.
that. I grew up on stuffing. My wife grew up on dressing. And
We did both, bro. Like, I don't know why we did.
it's damn near the same, but
Yeah.
it was slightly different.
Yeah, we did both sometimes, and it was weird because when I was younger, you didn't understand. But we had both, but that doesn't make any sense to even have both.
No, it's
But
weird.
we did.
Yeah, no,
You know what I
knock
mean?
it out.
So,
Well, mac and cheese hit the Gold Coast pretty
oh
hard.
yeah,
I mean
that's the South.
that
The
is-
South was going. I was just concerned I didn't see like yams, like in the South.
right.
Like you
Right.
had to go all the way to where
Well, they actually, I think they called it
sweet.
yeah.
Sweet. What was it?
baked sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
down in.
But you had to go
yeah.
all the way to Florida, or you had to go
Yeah.
to what's the name just to get that. So I don't know. It's just the thing that really jacked that shit up for me was the green bean casserole. I just felt so disrespected as somebody being from Ohio.
Well, then Michigan has the same
does
stuff.
it too.
Yeah, that's
like,
dumb.
damn, I feel like stupid, bro. I'm like,
Well, I
damn,
mean-
do we really like this?
Well, I think our whole tri-state is dumb. I mean, we got deviled eggs. Broccoli casserole sounds retarded. I mean, I like broccoli, but that
I've
I mean,
never had broccoli casserole. I like broccoli too. I
mean,
wonder
don't
what's
know.
in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like
I
green bean
just-
casserole, just instead of green bean, it's broccoli.
Yeah.
Weird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows? But then rolls in West Virginia, like what the hell?
I take rolls over green
Oh,
bean
I
casserole. bro.
slap rolls.
That's why I get everywhere else. I just don't get Ohio. Like I would eat anything besides that and deviled eggs, bro.
Man, no, I'm with you. I mean, but look at this. What state is this? I mean, white gravy rolls all through the Midwest or through the hill or through the plains.
I like California having mashed potatoes is pretty basic to me.
Yeah, and that's such a large population. Like that's what y'all.
I think they
agreed
just
on.
said mashed potatoes. Like, all right, we couldn't agree on one thing, so we're just gonna do mashed potatoes and call it a day.
Does the other side of the country even celebrate holidays like we do?
I don't think they do, bro.
Like Christmas in California, dry as hell. Like
just
like
knowing-
you got Christmas lights up, there's no snow. Like I went to California in November.
yeah.
Like it was like November, right before Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
This was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm in LA. We're going through some of these popular malls, Christmas trees, decorations, and all this stuff. And I see this sign, and the lady's like, "Hey, will you guys be in town for a while?" And I'm like, "How long's a while?" She's like, "Well, like tomorrow's night's Friday." I said, "Yeah, we'll still be here." She's like, "Well, come back out. We're gonna do our tree lighting ceremony. We'll have fake snow and everything." So I'm looking around, and they got this huge tree in the middle of the mall,
Mhm.
like, and it's like an outdoor mall, so that it's
Yeah.
outside. But they've got these machines where they're gonna blow fake snow down and let
Yeah.
everybody kind of experience that fake snow while they light the tree.
Mhm.
But that was it. And I'm like, after that, it's still 70 degrees, and you're gonna go home like in a t-shirt.
Mhm.
It's just weird, man. I couldn't imagine Christmas without it being kind of cold.
I'm trying to think of the name of that town in Florida where they do the same thing, but it's called
Holiday,
like
is it Holiday?
Holiday, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. Their town, like, it's a pretty dope town. Like,
Mhm.
I told my girl, I was like, man, I'd low key just move here, like return type shit. And-
Yeah. It does
But
seem
everything
really
was like lit up. They did everything, and then
Mhm.
they had the fake snow and all that. So
Mhm.
I get it. Like, it's different, but
It's just different, man. I mean, and
Yeah.
then like think about like trick or treating Halloween.
Mhm.
I'm so used to it being kind of nippy,
yeah,
rainy, kind of drowsy, groggy a little bit around Halloween. In Cali, man, it's just another 65-degree night,
yeah, man. It's
like
it-
on ET.
yeah,
Like Halloween for them was like real slick, like just
Mhm.
cool.
yeah. It's definitely different, man. And even like I'll say like Christmas time in New York. Like if it's something you've never experienced, it's something everybody should
Different.
experience. You know?
Right.
because a lot of people just don't get that weather. They don't get that wind hitting you. They don't get that snow.
Yep.
They don't get the lights. It's just different, you know what I mean? So, and that's why a lot of people, you know, we tell them go celebrate Christmas in the Midwest one time because it's nice, you know? Like you hit a spot at the right time.
Right.
You're not used to snow and stuff, like I get it, but
Sure.
it's definitely a whole different type of a vibe, you know? So,
Well, it doesn't always snow every Christmas here for us, but it's always cold.
yeah.
You know, in December it's always cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually went to Chicago in December, early December, and it was super windy in the city, and I got to experience the wind. I mean, literally like getting pushed. Like I've never experienced anything like it. So, you know, being able to go to, like you said, New York City for Christmas, Windy City, Chicago, and experience those things, man, that's always super cool. Always super cool. But yeah, man, green bean casserole for Ohio, brown gravy, white gravy, you know, mashed potatoes across the top, cream corn. Are you a fan of cream corn?
I don't mind it.
Like, do you eat regular corn?
Yeah, we just do regular corn.
I don't like cream corn.
My favorite corn is probably, what is that, roasted corn. I like roasted corn. I mean, just doing corn on the cob. Every time we grill, I usually grill corn because it's just, it's good, man.
Bombed, man.
My
My family loves corn on the cob.
I don't know about, cream corn isn't bad, though. It's not.
It's not terrible.
It's not bad. If it's done the right way, it's like, I'll eat it just like regular corn, you know?
My mom used to make cornbread with like cream corn in it, and it was like super gooey. Man, it was bomb.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Man, look at Hawaii.
Yeah, I was just literally looking down there. Turkey gravy?
In
Alaska's hash brown. That's why they're not a. Yeah, I ain't even gonna talk about that.
Hash brown casserole might be solid though.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
what
probably
it is,
would be better than green bean and what's the other one? Casserole. Like it probably would be way better.
Hey, Indiana out here with the solo deviled eggs, man. They are just evil out there.
I'm surprised. Like no
all my
one,
Lawrenceburg people watching, man. Y'all eat deviled eggs for Thanksgiving. It's disgusting,
dude. New Hampshire doing cranberry sauce. Like I could do that. I mean, I could see it. Just because green bean casserole is just not, it's just doesn't do it for me.
Side salad in Maine.
I'm surprised like no one on the coast did like a lobster mac and cheese though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Something like that,
seafoody.
different. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's interesting to kind of see. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think we should have just rocked with stuffing though. Me personally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So stuffing would be your side. That's your favorite. If you had to, if someone said, all right, look, if somebody surveyed you right now and said, hey, we're doing Thanksgiving by the state just like this, and they picked you, like, are you picking the green bean casserole?
Bruh.
I mean, what do you choose? Or you definitely not picking green bean casserole.
I'm not picking green bean casserole at all, bro.
But if it's between, you know, the mac and cheese, the stuffing, the dressing.
It's so fucking hard, bro. Like,
I'm going mac and cheese like if I lived in Carolinas, bro.
Yeah, I'm probably going to hit mac and cheese.
But I'll tell you what now.
Because stuffing is it's stuffing.
You're a fan of Reese's peanut butters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Reese's candies, I mean, right? Peanut butter and chocolate combination is a combination that was made in heaven, right? I mean, that was a God sent two combo taste that we'll never be able to, like, it's a legend.
Right.
I believe macaroni and cheese and greens,
they go together.
Almost has the same power. Like, there's not many combos that are just like hit the palate and just. What did Robbie say the other day? Or you said, you know, somebody's palate matured. Man, your palate is in heaven if you get.
But that's my thing. Like the yams gotta hit the mac and cheese. They gotta sit next right to each other. You know what I mean? I don't know if you seen them cats that they went on the Steve Harvey show. They did the they did this like a year or so ago for Thanksgiving. But they did the egg rolls, but it was mac and cheese, yams, and I think it was greens in the one. Yeah. And they said that shit slap. They're doing that. They're doing that
here now at what's the barbecue spot on Shorevine in Clifton? Alabama Q or one of those. They're advertising that they're doing those now. They're putting the
Damn.
Yeah,
bro, you
all
should've
that in
told
the
me
egg
that.
roll and they're deep frying it.
Shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, because I seen them open it.
That's a
And
beast.
yeah, that's just me, man. But that's like I gotta have the yams in the mac and cheese, man. I got to.
Say it
Got
touch.
to. They gotta touch and then throw the greens on, man, and
Yeah, no, that's
curtains. It's game
yes,
over.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Game over. All right. So there was this picture that pretty much got taken during that last play of that Bills Cardinals game, brother. From the Hail Mary from Murray to D Hop.
Couldn't have been a better.
It was one of it's probably
Picture.
going to be one of the greatest pictures ever taken this year for sports.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think that this picture says a lot. I mean, outside of just the bar, we'll get into the brand thing, but shout out D Hop.
oh, the dude is nice, man.
This
and
type-
shout out D Hop, but
Kyler Murray.
shout out to him too, but not a shout out to Bill O'Brien. I like if we had some type of a Donkey of the Day award or whatever, it would definitely go to him. And I've been saying this since he traded D Hop, which made no fucking sense at all. He ruined the Texans. He's been ruining the Texans, and to the point where they had to let his ass go.
Yep.
They let that go.
Yep.
They let that type of player go with that type of quarterback that they had, thinking that Deshaun Watson was good enough to where they didn't need him.
No.
You know what I mean? So,
Man, well the fact that he was able to find the end zone,
you got the picture, Dylan?
gain where he was.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So hold on, check this out real quick. So why we're even talking about it. So the main reason I brought this up is because when I saw the picture taken originally, I said, Jordan about to make a shit ton of money off this.
Oh yeah.
I said,
I think you posted that.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And I said, yo, they won't make money. And the
Yep.
next day, then it came out that the
Reported.
Jordan brand earned $5.7 million in media exposure.
Mhm.
And it's still counting.
Yes,
You know, we're looking at it right now. They're gaining media exposure for it.
absolutely. You're welcome from Unanimous.
DeAndre Hopkins didn't make a fucking dime, bro, because he's not a Nike athlete.
Who's he actually endorsed with?
I don't know. I remember he used to wear Adidas gloves too. So it was weird that, one, I seen him with the Jordan gloves, but two, like, I don't know. But if he's with anybody else, you know how pissed off they are at him?
Oh yeah. Well, he
Missed opportunity.
may not be with anybody.
Yeah, I don't think he
Because
is.
if he was, he wouldn't be wearing Jordan gloves.
They should get his
in my
ass
opinion.
now. He needs to be on that
Yeah,
motherfucker
Jordan
now,
got to
bro.
get him. They got. I mean, even for a
Mike probably already done made the call to do all this.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he caught it like this, the camera, like, shout out to whoever took the fucking picture, bro. I don't know how they got it so clear. I
Well,
mean,
coulda
they
it
got
from the
thousands.
video,
They
but
got
no, yeah.
they got $10,000, $20,000 cameras, $50,000 cameras. I get it, but damn, like,
Well, and he went up. Now, this is what's crazy. Now, this picture here doesn't show all of the foolishness, but there's another picture. Well, that picture there kind of shows a little bit, but when you can see their faces and how dumb they look at the guy on the right.
oh yeah, because he was so damn late getting to
I
the
don't
ball.
know what he was doing. He couldn't even jump high enough. The guy in the back is too short. I mean, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
But look at these. I mean, that's embarrassing.
yeah, man.
You running a prevent defense.
Oh, they didn't do their job.
You got
And
10
those are like not scrub corners and safeties back there
There's not
neither.
a game on the line.
You know what I mean?
You got 10 guys in the end zone and y'all can't stop this. Shout out them, man. And Kyler
And D
Murray,
Hop's what? 6 foot?
I think he's a little taller than that.
I
but
don't
he's
think
not
he's that
real,
tall,
He's
bro.
not huge though.
Hold on.
No, he's 6'1". I mean, he's not a.
But he's not
6'5"
AJ
guy.
Green.
No, he's not 6'5".
You know what I
6'8".
mean?
He ain't
He's
none of that
not
stuff.
Megatron.
No, no.
He's not big to
No,
where
no,
he
no, no.
should be doing that.
But he's long, no homo, and he gets up there, man. I think he's got some skill, man. This is what he does. And this was the good part about him. I mean, he kind of has that AJ Green too. Like, but no matter where you throw him the ball, he elevates the same way. Even if it's just to the sideline or whatever it is.
Oh, he goes up and get that
He
thing.
goes up and gets it. But man, the Hail Mary gives me goosebumps, man. Like when I seen Kyler Murray drop back, shimmy, shake it, and then kind of like did that like spin and then like threw it and just kind of like, I was like, okay, where's the ball going? And then Hop out there like,
You see his tweet, he said, shit, I just threw it up. He said, shit, I just threw it to D Hop. Let him do his thing. Like, ain't nothing you really can do at that point except let somebody try to go get it. They should just be ashamed of themselves for letting that shit even.
yeah, it was terrible.
Man, bat
on their
that shit
defense.
down,
It was
bro.
terrible on their defense. I mean, and my thing was, I talked about this a lot the next day. Even if you drew the PI, I would have blew his socks out. I would have smacked him down.
Oh, I'm
pass
knocking his head
interference.
off.
I would have
I'm
ripped him
grabbing
up.
both his
Like,
fucking arms,
there's
bro.
no way you're getting this catch if we got to run it.
I'm
again.
handcuffing his
If we got
ass.
to run it back.
I'm
We're not-
handcuffing his ass.
Yeah,
I seen what he did to people, bro. You're
there's
not
no way
about to
this
do
is-
me like that on national television.
Nah,
No way in
It's
hell.
on 4 dudes, man. There's
And
no
if
way.
you do want to catch it, you gonna feel that shit. You gonna earn every ounce of that catch.
Man,
I'm
he-
sending shit straight to your abs, bro.
yeah,
Like,
they gonna eject me from the
Yeah.
league. Yeah, I'm Vontez Burfict
oh
tonight.
yeah, I'm knocking your shit off, bro. Like, you not about that shit ain't gonna happen, and it shouldn't happen. But great play, you
Awesome
know.
play. But the big thing, like we said, the topic, man. But Jordan Brand,
Yeah, man. They
big
make
exposure. And look, the jump man so perfect. Like,
Yeah,
it's
bruh.
sitting just right.
It's like they edited that shit on there, bro.
It's above
but they didn't.
all. Oh,
Wait, hold on. I wonder. Okay, hold on. Go.
Did you see that one
let me-
picture that had like Adidas, Nike, and like had all the pictures, like the logos on the gloves? I think it's
I
the
didn't.
other side. I think it's the camera angle from
Yeah, I
the
think
other
it's the
side.
other side.
But like literally, it was every other like Reebok.
Yeah, and it had all
Adidas,
of them,
like it was
and then
every
Jordan was at
logo.
the top.
Man, that's crazy.
And that's just-
bro.
Oh man, like
Nike.
it don't work out like that. It
No.
doesn't. That's why I'm saying like, bruh, like that. It's just
And
it
he
doesn't
got full
happen like
paws
that.
on the ball. Like it wasn't like a 2-finger catch.
Oh, yeah.
Like he
When he brought it down, he almost lost it.
Yeah, he
but
did.
he grabbed it, and I
Strong.
mean, once he had it, he was like, "Yeah, it's over.
strong.
It's over." I couldn't believe he caught the shit, bro. I was in so much of awe, like, wow. You know what I mean?
Great.
Crazy play.
Great catch. And
Probably
great
gonna
into
be the
game.
greatest play of this season.
So far, yeah, I think that's the winner.
I don't know anything else that was even remotely close.
No, I mean, there's been a couple other sweet trick plays,
Mm-hmm.
but even those like receiver passes and stuff, man. This is like because I think the Browns I think what the receiver has a couple TDs this year.
Mm-hmm.
I know he threw the one to Beckham. I don't know if that was on us but he threw a touchdown to maybe the game before us. But he threw a touchdown to Beckham and but I mean even those are just this here is this.
I mean, that was just
this
our
was a game
terrible
win.
ass
This was a
defense
game winner. So yeah.
against great corners, too.
Right.
Crazy. All right, man. Let's get into a real hot topic. You know, speaking of which, they're gonna tip off here in about an hour,
Yes, sir.
and that's Cincinnati Bearcats football, brother.
UC Bearcats, man.
Number 7 team in the country. Looking to close this out.
Man,
Looking to get into the college football playoff. And if they do this, it will not only help UC going forward, but every team that thinks they are a UC, and they'll be able to thank UC.
absolutely.
I feel like what UCF did for teams like UC, they paid it forward, and now UC's about to pay that forward too by punching this ticket. They got the games to do it,
Yep.
especially this game tonight.
Yes,
or
sir.
Today.
Important.
Very important game. But I think if they beat the brakes off these dudes, bro,
Oh man, RPI is great.
check it off.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
even need to play Tulsa, but they gonna get that game.
Right.
Luckily, they get it now too when they're ranked and not
Right.
when they weren't.
Right.
It's all working out for UC.
yeah.
They just gotta do their job.
magnificent season, man.
Great program. Shout out to Luke Fickle, man.
Yeah, man. I think his
Sheesh.
current record's like 33-13.
He's just
mean,
different, man.
I mean, his first year was a building year, so they went 4-8. But since then, I think he's only lost 5 games in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Super good program, super good. I'm gonna bring something up real quick. So there's a lot we can talk about on this, but
Yeah.
one of the things I seen the other day, which I thought was sweetness, is that they said that Luke Fickle benefited from Urban Meyer being in Ohio State for a little bit when he first came in. the reason was because Urban Meyer was a big he was big on recruiting nationally, not just local. Before Fick came to UC, they had like 3 or 5 local commits, like from Ohio.
Yeah.
I think next year they've got 48, and they've got one of the top, recruiting classes. Them and Ohio State both have a very top, good.
They have the
recruiting
best.
class.
Well, they recruited the best dual threat quarterback this past year. He's not playing. He's from Wyoming too.
Evan Prater, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
he'll
his
be
brother,
playing.
And his brother's a receiver. I believe he's a junior there now.
Yeah.
Who was originally with Ohio State,
Mhm.
left Ohio State to go play at UC.
I don't think people realize either. Before Joe Burrow went to LSU, his only other place he wanted to play was Cincinnati. That was his first choice, was Cincinnati.
Dopeness.
Then it was LSU.
Dopeness.
So it gives you a kind of sense of what's going on there in Cincinnati, man.
I've got a
Football, college football. at
Yeah.
least. You know
No,
what I mean?
for sure. No, man, they there's a lot of I mean, UC is one of those. It's one of the oldest programs. I think Nippert Stadium is one of like 4 stadiums that has the original foundation and building.
Yep.
There's been a lot of coaching talent here, so I don't know if anybody remembers this.
Mike
but back,
Tomlin.
Mike Tom, Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan.
What's
trying to
the
think of,
Jeff Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Who else was there?
I mean,
Coach Everhart from Wynn Woods
Yeah.
actually was a grad assistant there at UC back when those guys were
Brian
there.
Kelly was here for a little bit.
Yeah.
What's his dirtbag? He just won a Senate seat. Tuberville.
Oh yeah.
He didn't do well here, but
Yeah.
people still stop by and
Sure.
So a lot of talented coaches
Yeah.
come here.
For sure.
It's
for
been
sure.
less of a stepping stone now and more of a we're here to stay type of thing. What's the name turned down the Michigan State job last year to stay here?
Yep.
Pretty good decision so far.
Yeah.
And now
Phenomenal job.
I don't know if you know, but they just got out of their contract with Under Armour.
Okay.
So potentially Cincinnati could be going back to Jordan
Nice.
or Nike or Adidas. But if Jordan was smart, just like they're probably going to sign D-Hop, they might as well just sign UC right on back, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get rid of Michigan. I wouldn't even want to deal with them no more because I know they're Jordan.
Right.
Their football is Jordan.
Right.
So there's a whole lot going on with UC that I like football-wise.
For sure.
That I love,
sure.
actually. They're at the top of everything right now. This is the best, probably the best they've been ever.
For sure.
Football-wise.
Well, we've been able to attract a lot of talent with
Mhm.
guys like Jared Dokes, the running back. I believe he's from Columbus. But he runs hard. He's been there since his freshman year. Worked hard to get where he's at. But being behind the running back from last year, man, it was, you got to learn how to kind of take a seat, and when it's your time, get on the field and take
These are
off.
NFL players, though, man. So,
Absolutely, yeah, guys that are drafted.
You know what I mean?
And
the defense, don't get me started on the defense, brother.
and our defense has been our shining spot this year.
Potential. I'm just saying they're top 2 or 3 defense in the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably top 1 or 2 secondary in the country.
Absolutely. Hey, fun fact about UC, they have a cornerback named Kobe Bryant. So, spelled a little different.
Yeah.
But I believe he was his name derived from his parents probably. His last name was Bryant, obviously, but to be Kobe, I'm sure his dad or somebody was.
And I
a
think
fan
it was
or-
the kid from SMU. His name was Kobe Bryant, too.
Okay.
So it was weird
Right.
watching Kobe Bryant go against Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I remember that.
Based off of Kobe Bryant.
That was crazy, man.
Yeah, so that's
These younger guys are,
you're gonna run into that a lot
that's cool.
more lately as these kids grow up. And I don't know, man. I really like what UC's doing. Like I said, Luke Fickell, shout out to that guy.
And Jalen's got a picture of my cousin Jarrell White. He's having a phenomenal
Oh
senior
yeah, man.
year.
Yeah, you go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah, he's having a phenomenal senior year, man. And shout out to you, Jarrell, man. keep chasing your dreams.
Did you go for the senior night?
I did.
game?
I
You
did. You know, everything's been real limited.
I keep forgetting there's
Everything's
shit
been real
going on
limited.
sometimes.
Yeah, things have been real limited this season, so I've not been able to enjoy this magical season as much as I usually would have. But man, shout out to Jarrell. Man, he's actually sitting at 65 tackles this season, which was his total for last year. So I'm anxious to see how high he goes above that. It's always top 2 or 3 in tackles every year. I want to say his overall career is like 232 tackles, 143 of them being solo. You know what I mean? Guy has a nose for the ball. He's aggressive. He's a hard hitter. Not afraid of anything. Tough guy. Jarrell has a lot of potential, man. I think he's a tweener. What I mean by that, but is he plays linebacker, so he's not a very big guy.
But he could play.
But he could play
a
the
lot
secondary.
of positions.
Yeah, he's played safety in high school. He played running back in high school. The boy had an interception last week. He caught that ball and took off. I mean, he knows how to score.
He reminds me of what's the name, bro? He played at Clemson last year. What's the name's? I think it's his cousin, Jakari's cousin.
I can't even remember.
Oh man, I wish I knew the kid's name, man. But he played linebacker.
Okay.
Man, I should know this kid's name, man. I really should. But
I'll tell you who he reminds me of and who I would love him to be. Because I don't know what's next. What's next? I mean, his draft stock's definitely risen this year. He's gonna definitely get some looks and stuff and be able to prove himself in the combine. But he kind of reminds me of a well-developed Taylor Mays, what Taylor Mays should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that he has a downhill game, kind of like Jesse Bates does for the Bengals.
Yeah.
So what I'm kind of anxious to see is if he's not a phenomenal special teams guy in the league, because he's also like a Pac-Man. Like he could return a punt, So I think that he'll be a very good in-between guy. I'm anxious to see what's next for him. Again, man, shout out to Jarrell, number 8 on defense, playing that linebacker position.
Bro, I can't remember this.
Proud of
kid's
you,
name,
man. And UC, man, having a great year. So anxious to see what's next for my guy. Great support system, local guy. And, man, shout out to LaSalle, man. They actually were state runner-ups this year, D2. After they beat Wynn Woods, they ended up losing in the state game.
Yeah, that was
LaSalle's been tough, man. They've always had good teams,
They're,
good programs. Jarrell had 3 wins with 3 championships with them. Three state championships, and then went to UC. And, I don't know if this is a stat or not, but Jarrell might be the most winningest player in the last 4 years at UC. You know what I mean? Like, kind of carries that type of, they went 4-8 their first year, but him and Fick, man, from day one. And Marcus Freeman played linebacker at Ohio State. He's the defensive coordinator and the linebackers coach there. And, man, I think that he's done a fine job with those guys, man, especially, taking J-Dub under his wing and, being able to develop these guys, man. And, again, just anxious to see what happens next.
Yeah, man.
And Des Ritter's playing a great ball. I think, he struggled a little bit in years prior. But this year, man, he's been back with a vengeance and really focused.
For sure, man. For sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to, UC and
the whole thing, man. It feels good. It's Cincinnati fans are die hard, bro. Like for everything we do. And I can't wait for FC to finally kick off in the spring. I talked to one of their HVAC guys that's installing down there now at the stadium, and he's like, man, they're talking about being done by like May or April or March or April.
It should look interesting down there. I think it's really going to be it's going to change the atmosphere a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just proud to be a Cincinnati fan overall, but UC's winning, and anytime you're winning, man, it's always a magical time.
For sure, brother. For sure.
I wish we were around when the Bengals were great back in the 80s, man. Think about that, dude. Like our parents and uncles and stuff.
Because there's so many clips that I just seen, and I'm like, man.
Like people doing the
what a
Icky
time.
Shuffle and like loving it, and like, man, we could have. We could have seen him go to the Super Bowl.
Man. The one kid I was talking about, though, I think his name is Isaiah Simmons.
Okay.
That's Jakari's, I believe that's his cousin, man.
Okay,
I want to say it. Hold on, I think I might have a picture of him, just so you know who he is. This guy. This is who he reminds me of.
Okay.
So I don't know if you ever
Okay.
see him play in college, but he's that kind of linebacker, safety. He could play everywhere on the defense. So
For
that's
sure.
and that's becoming a new kind of norm for
Yeah,
linebackers.
these hybrid guys.
Yeah, they could play a
Yeah.
lot of different places.
For sure.
So I
No, there's a place
drop
for
my,
it.
you know.
Yeah, I like the comparison a lot. I think
Oh,
you're
yeah.
dead on with that. Jarrell's kind of that Palomalu type of guy.
Yeah.
That's the spirit he has in him, and I've seen him jump over piles. I've seen him make tackles in the backfield when it mattered most. I mean, I remember 2 years ago at homecoming here at Nippert, we're on this field, on the sideline. It's like a fourth down play. SMU's trying to get into the end zone. We were up, but this would have gave them the lead by a little bit. They went for it on fourth down, and Jarrell just comes through the line, jumps, go to the backfield, and as soon as the quarterback hands off the ball, he makes the tackle. I mean, it just square up, just stuffs this guy. The entire stadium goes crazy. You know, that's the type of guy he is, man. He just got that nonstop nose for the ball, hound dog. So just really excited, man, to see his play. And fortunately enough, man, he's been healthy. And I think that's the biggest piece of all this is staying healthy, keeping your body in shape. So everybody that's helped him along that way, man, thank you for that. And again, man, just really anxious to see what happens with him.
Big
bro.
shout out to them. Good luck to
Let's go
to them
Bearcats,
tonight.
man. Yes, sir. Let's beat
beat
UCF.
UCF. So I got a reason to talk shit in that group chat with all the Ohio sports radio
Yep.
folk that don't think UC belong, and I tell them every time. So shout out to them.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into a couple picks though
Okay.
before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Bengals game, just because we're Cincinnati folk. They play the Redskins. Ooh, excuse me, not the Redskins, the Washington football team. I almost
football
messed that
team.
up, man. That's a damn shame. I know Joe Mixon ain't playing. He's actually on IR, so now he's out for 3 weeks, mandatory. Who you got, man?
Man.
Or what? How do you think this is gonna go? I think I know who you got, but I don't.
Yeah, you
don't
know
know
who I-
necessarily how this is gonna play out.
For sure. I got the Bengals, man. Again, don't know how to play out. I think that Giovanni Bernard and our other running back, name escapes me right now, but I think we've been running the ball efficient enough to keep ourselves in the game. Our defense really needs to step up. I don't know all of Washington's offensive power, but our defense is let us down a lot this season, man. And our offensive line as well. We've
Yeah.
struggled here and there, but we've still got the number one, having a career record season quarterback.
Yeah.
We've still got great receiving targets. So we got to find a way tomorrow, man. Let's find a way to beat Washington.
For sure, man. I think I got I have the Bengals. I'm gonna pick them. Gio's gonna play. I think the other the running back, I think it's Samaje Perine.
Yep.
That's the other guy.
Yeah.
He's been picking it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They should have ran the ball a lot more last game.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty successful every time they ran the ball, and then they turned around and threw the ball 3 times right after they get a first down. So it's also going to be on the coaching. The corners coach is not going to be there. They're not traveling. I think safety coaches, whoever secondary, they're not even going to be there at the game because they're sick. They got COVID. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe it could light a fire under these people, but coaching going to have to improve still. I think your boy Zach Taylor's on the hot seat now. If he loses these last few games, he might have to hit the road.
Yeah, he's definitely on the hot seat. I noticed last week, and I don't know if it was just because it was Pittsburgh or what, but we were intimidated. Our guys weren't prepared. The
I
body
like how
language.
T. Higgins is playing, though, man.
Yeah,
he
no,
doesn't
he-
look intimidated
No,
at all.
he doesn't. But Some of our transitional guys, Eric Erickson on the fumble.
Yeah, man.
Very
Don't
intimidated.
even get me started on that, dude.
The gentleman that was receiving the kickoff or punt, they kind of blew around and they kind of got scary in the end zone a little bit there.
Yeah.
Some of these guys just weren't.
It was a
weren't
nasty
on their
day,
A.
though.
It was a windy day.
That
However,
benefited that, the Steelers a lot.
It did. But
and they have one of the worst fields in all of the NFL.
Well, you say benefited the Steelers. Why didn't it benefit the Bengals? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think anything benefits us, bro. That's
No,
I
you're
think
right
that's the
about
luck
that,
that we
but-
run into, that
Sure.
nothing just benefits us, even
Sure.
if it really would benefit us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just kind of the thing for me. They can win this game easily. These teams that they're getting ready to play, they should be
take
beating the
advantage of
fucking
these.
brakes off of these teams, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
These are the same teams that the Steelers, the Ravens, and even the Browns are beating. We should be beating these teams too.
Were you aware of Tyler Boyd's success? His
Oh
career?
yeah,
I mean, he was. I
Oh,
think they
yeah.
said he was 48-0 in high school,
Yeah.
undefeated,
oh yeah.
and then
Mhm.
and then he was beastie at Pitt. I think he's
Mhm.
their all-time leading
Yeah.
receiver. So I mean, we got some, between him. And
I
T.
mean, for the
Higgins,
longest,
man,
he was tied for like receptions prior to last week.
right.
So it kind of jacked
did
it up
he-
a little bit
He was
this
top
week.
3 in receptions, I think, in the league. I think he might have been 2 last year
Oh yeah,
overall. Yeah,
man. He's straight utility. He's someone you can rely on heavily.
I like his game. Good
yeah.
heart. Good heart.
Oh yeah,
Passion.
he's a great heart,
Yeah.
great kid, like a great guy. Like
Right.
doesn't matter what's going on around him, he's gonna be positive as hell.
Right.
And that's what I love. That's what I love about him, man. I love this mic'd up and everything. Like
Yeah.
he's a really cool dude. He's the type of guy you want in your locker room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll take a
Same
bunch
way
of Tyler
how
Boyd's.
AJ Green was for a long time. I don't know if AJ Green's doing anything now, but like, hey, he led by example, and guess what? Now Tyler Boyd does the same thing, and now
Cool.
T. Higgins is carrying on, and he's going to do the same thing. He's got the most upside out of
Yeah.
a lot of the receivers now
Yep.
at this point, man.
Yep.
That dude is nice.
Yeah, he is.
Still got Auden Tape.
I would like
think
for
he
him
got
and Joe to
intimidated
grow
a little
together,
bit.
man. Him and Joe
Yeah.
Burrow hook up and
Oh,
start to
yeah.
grow, man. They could be like the Carson Chad thing, or
Easily.
they can.
Yeah.
They can.
I still think they should get maybe another weapon. You can never have too many weapons, but they got to shore up the offensive line. They shore up that offensive line, linebacking core, and even though the linebacking core is pretty good, but it's the corners. You shore that up, you'll be fine.
Well, now let me hit you with something that we haven't talked about.
Mhm.
Somebody proposed this to me the other day, and my brother brings this up all the time.
Yeah.
What if we take the Dolphins deal and, we mess around and don't get Burrow, but we get, all those first round picks, and we kind of balance out the team a little bit? Are we in a better spot now at this point in the season than we would have been with all the success that Burrow's had?
Nope.
You don't think so?
No, because
I mean,
I
if
mean,
we,
you
if
would've
we
had-
get-
we
let's
would've
say
had
we
to-
got an offensive lineman. Let's say we got a
That's what I was gonna
linebacker.
say.
Let's say we got a secondary guy.
one wouldn't have changed that. One lineman wouldn't have changed this terrible line that we have.
Mhm.
Because if you think about it, technically we did get one. He just
Mhm.
didn't play the year prior.
Right.
So it just needs to be a whole overhaul. They would have had to spend all those first few picks on offensive linemen. And I don't think there was that many good ones enough that would have changed our team. Then you got to take on the consideration that we would still have Andy Dalton. Because if you're drafting all these linemen, you're not getting Justin Herbert, you're not getting Tua, you're not getting none of those guys.
Well, we talked about
You won't have T. Higgins.
I think the
you know what I mean?
proposition the guy gave me was us getting Tua and then getting a couple other pieces, not getting Burrow. So we took Tua and then we got a couple other pieces.
My only thing is Tua's doing great right now is because he's playing with a pretty good defense.
Right.
There hasn't been a lot of stress on him, so we don't know necessarily if he could carry the team yet.
Right.
There's
a
a
lot of stress
reason
on
why. There's a reason why they were willing to throw the whole draft at us for Joe Burrow, and it's because he can carry a whole fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
He's kept us in every game but these 2 games.
Right.
You know what I mean? He could have won all those games but the 2. We'd have the same record, if not, I think, better record than the Browns if that was the case.
Right.
But because we still have a lot of pieces we need to shore up, and I still think we need another coach, we have the record we have.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I think there's some things that it doesn't even have to do with our personnel, and it's just our coaching. It's just bad coaching.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just me. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't trade Joe Burrow for 10 fucking picks in the first round.
No, I feel the same way. I think
that's
that
10 years of just
when you get a good
fine.
quarterback, that stays healthy and keeps his head together, you can build around that.
We have a quarterback that's going to make our coach better.
Yeah.
You rarely get that type of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
when we got enough offensive weapons to where if we can get this defense together, we'll be a dominant team.
oh yeah. And I think they can, man. They had, some good picks. What's his name? Logan Wilson. He's been great. Great linebacker, you know what I mean?
Yep.
T. Higgins again, Joe Burrow. Like, these are great picks.
Yep.
Now we got to build off of that again. We got to move a little bit more in drafting and in free agency. We had bad luck though. Our number one corner hasn't played at all, pretty much. I mean, he's been
we might
hurt
have
the whole
around
year.
the number one pick again.
It's quite possible. And that's why I'm saying, I don't want to be a middle of the road type of team this year. There's no point in winning a whole bunch of games, but I understand we have a quarterback that don't like to lose, and I don't like to lose neither. But when you get to a certain point, you're like, I want to make the team better next year, and we don't get any better by being mediocre.
Right.
Your draft doesn't improve. It gets worse.
Right.
Why not be top 5 pick, get another beast, take this one on the chin, and keep it pushing?
Yeah.
So, but I get it, though. And I like that from my quarterback, that he not going to give up whether it's first quarter, fourth quarter, up 40 or down 40. He's still playing like we can get in the game, and that's kept us in a lot of those games.
Yeah, no, I like his progression, and I think he's an asset for us.
Oh,
man.
yeah, for sure. Sunday night football, brother. Chiefs Raiders, and it's Chiefs at Raiders in Las Vegas. Who you got?
I'm going to go Chiefs.
Think they're going to come back and get them this time?
Even though, I was going to say, Raiders at home.
I mean, there ain't nobody there, I don't think.
No.
There definitely ain't.
Won't make any difference, but I think the Chiefs are I think they're going to take that one, man.
Well, they don't have a choice at this point.
Yeah, they need that win.
Especially with, like, Steelers winning these games and now potentially wild cards being a lot harder now if Baltimore doesn't win.
Right.
And Cleveland's not doing that bad neither.
Right.
So
yeah, Kansas City's gonna have to start playing their best ball. So
do you imagine though being a wild card team? That's who you got to play first. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
it's over.
Man, I used to think the Bengals were lucky playing Houston every year, because
Houston and the Jets. Shit,
they were middle of the road teams.
Good,
They weren't teams that like, oh my God, it's still well.
That's the way they thought about us.
I think we did play the Steelers one
we
year.
We could get the Bengals, we
right,
good.
Right.
That's how everybody else was thinking. Like, damn.
Right.
So that kind of sucks, man. But yeah, I think I got the Chiefs too. I mean, these guys are fucking 8-1. They only lost one game. It was to the Raiders. They really shouldn't have lost the game in the first place. I think they're gonna come out and beat the shit out of this team, bro. I don't think it's
I think the Raiders started off pretty hot last weekend, then it ended up getting blown out. Man, I don't even know if I can name a player on their team that's having a great season.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But, I think I got Chiefs. The Monday night game is Rams at Buccaneers. Yep. So this one is also it's not up in the air for me, but it's like it could be close or it could be a blowout.
Right. One of those. Yeah.
So
and I'm naturally going to go Rams because the Bucs are playing so dumb, but I agree with you that there could be a Bucs win.
Yeah, because the Rams sometimes they just lay an egg. What's the name's been playing good though? Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
he's been playing pretty good. So,
but the Rams, man, they're not the Rams they were like 3 years ago. Man.
Yeah,
they're flippy flop.
I want to see that matchup with him. Well, I mean, depends on who he's gonna guard, but and if AB's gonna play, depending on all the shit that's going on with him still. I'm actually gonna go Rams. I'm gonna go Rams. I'm gonna go Rams because I think that it's doable. I mean, they should be way better than this team, but they're not.
No,
you know what I mean? So I think that's
point.
what hurts them.
That's
they need to win these games while Drew Brees is not playing, but
right. That's a good point.
You know, I don't know. I think we got some Thanksgiving Day games. I think we'll only go over like the ones that are important. Well, there's only 3, I think.
Yeah, as I say, so
There's
Detroit,
Texans,
Cowboys,
Lions. What we got? Washington and Cowboys, tradition, and then Ravens, Steelers.
which is the only game I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, because the Texas Lions game,
You know what? I like the
it's
Lions.
a toss up, but I think the Lions. I think they'll pull that one.
I've been rooting for Marvin Jones ever since he left Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my people, man. Dr. Baker from Detroit. So I got a partial to Detroit a little bit, man. So hopefully the Lions pull that off.
Yeah.
Man. Plus the Thanksgiving tradition, man. They traditional team, man. Let's get that.
Yeah, I'll go Lions. I'll do the same. I'll go Lions. This next one is gonna be so hard to watch. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Depending on if Andy Dalton might play that game though. So you got Washington at Dallas.
Yep.
Jesus, man, this is damn near almost right down the middle. And they actually got Washington favored to win this game, which I get.
Cowboys have had a tough season, man. Very tough.
Zeke's just not playing the way they expected him to play, but at the same time, they don't have an offensive line to do shit.
No.
Quarterback situation,
Ankle snaps.
unfortunate for Dak Prescott,
Snizzy, yeah.
you know. And then Andy Dalton getting fucking creamed the next game, sending him into a whole nother dimension. I think he woke up and thought he was in fucking Paul Brown Stadium type shit.
Right.
Thought he had Bengals
Back
gear
in
on,
Indy,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like what the hell?
So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna go Cowboys for the sake of Thanksgiving, America's team. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think because I think he's gonna play. I mean, it's also gonna they'll both have short weeks though. Because I was gonna say Washington's gonna have a short week, but so is the Cowboys. I'll go Cowboys because they play at home.
Yep.
That's it. I think we got the one more game. This is the one that everybody's gonna watch. It'll be 8:20. There's no Black Friday shopping on fucking Thursday, so you ain't got to worry about it. You can sit back.
Yeah, I'll probably be drunk watching this.
Drink a little bit.
Yeah.
Watch these two teams beat the shit out of each other because our team can't do shit right now.
These teams being in our division, who do you want to win? Who do you want to win? And then who does it make more sense for to win? I mean, obviously, I think Steelers are having a undefeated season. Did they play this week? They play Sunday?
Bro, they play every week for the rest of the season. Their bye week got messed up. Remember week 2 or 3 with Titans? And I kept saying it's going to come back and bite them in the ass because they're not going to have time to recover later in the season. So, yeah.
Who do they play this Sunday?
Steelers?
Yeah. Both of them. Who do they? I mean,
Steelers play – dude, they play the fucking Jaguars. And the Ravens play who do they play? Ooh, they play the Titans, man. Right? Yeah, the 22nd.
That'll be a tough game for
tough turnaround, maybe.
That'll be a tough game for the Ravens. And the Ravens have had, they've lost games by like a point, 2 points, 3 points. The first time they played the Steelers, they should have won.
Yep.
They should have won that game.
Then they lost to the Patriots, bro.
Right.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think that they've had some tough losses, and I actually root for Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want him to be successful. I like his style. Man, Steelers are tough though. I ain't gonna take it away from them, man. Their defense is playing great. Tomlin's a beast coach. Their secondary's hard nosed.
I think if it gets to a point where I don't see him losing to the Jaguars, I think Baltimore gonna beat them.
You think if they beat,
it's just gonna be like that. It's just gonna be one of them games where Baltimore is just that pissed off.
Man, I was hoping the Bengals served the Pittsburgh Steelers their first loss last week.
Would you just rather them wait and then the Bengals do that when we play them the next time?
Well, no, because I think it's different if we beat them last week.
Yeah.
We beat them mid-season like that. It has a little different weight. beating them at the end of the season to give them one loss. They're still in the playoffs probably. You know what I mean?
But if we can mess up some type of
Yeah, I'm
home
with you on that.
field,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
because it's not even necessarily the end of the season. So we play them. Ooh, it's a Monday night game too. The next time we play them.
Tell me this though, your honest opinion. Would you say the Steelers are the best team in football right now?
No.
Who would you say is, other than the Seahawks? Or
No, I wouldn't say the Seahawks.
Who would you
either.
say?
I'd probably still say the Chiefs, bro.
Chiefs are good.
Until
Chiefs are good.
until they play, they're not. They just ain't played nobody.
No.
It's not nothing against them. You could look this stuff up. This is you could look up their strength of schedule for the rest of the year. We could look at it actually right here, right now. So the Steelers, this is who they have left. And I actually just did a deal with no, that actually wasn't for the Steelers. Well, I traded Lamar Jackson because my fantasy is over. It's done.
Oh,
I've had so
too.
many injured players. It's done. But I told him, I said, hey, Lamar's only got to play one more good team, and that was the Steelers. But, hey, the Steelers only have to play the Jaguars. That's a dub.
Mhm.
Ravens, that's an easy game. Or that's the only hard game. Then you got Washington, which we're about to play.
Right.
We're favored in that game.
Right.
You have the Bills, right? And then you have the Bengals, and you have the Colts, and you have the Browns. What other game? The Bills, possibly?
Possibly.
I still don't see it, though. After the Bills are a pretender for me. They're not a contender.
Yeah.
I don't think they're good.
Nah,
They're not good.
They're just a flash, but they're not steady.
They do this all the time, and then
Yeah,
they lay an egg.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, they just haven't played nobody, bro. They haven't. And so until that happens, they can't shut me up about that.
Right.
So, hey, you beat Baltimore again? All right. Yeah, y'all might be really good. But
Sure.
I still don't think, like, you're going to beat anybody really in the playoffs. The playoff teams we're talking about. It's going to benefit them because they're going to have a bye.
Right.
And I think they'll be the only one with a bye because of the extra playoff game. So it could benefit, but they got to win the rest of these games, and they're good.
Right.
But if they slip up and lose any of these, they won't even have the number one. The Chiefs will, because I think they'll end up running the table and winning the rest of their games.
Right.
That's just the Chiefs, man. I think people forget that they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
they are really good.
They are.
You know what
are.
I'm saying? And anything can happen in the playoffs. We've seen it all the time. So we'll see.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think that that Thursday game, I think I'm gonna go Baltimore. I'm gonna go Baltimore.
I'm gonna go Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
go Pittsburgh
Baltimore.
on
It's hard to beat Baltimore twice.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right about that. I'm gonna go Steelers. But man, I wouldn't be mad if Lamar get it. You know.
Yeah,
Baltimore's
for sure.
got a good team.
Yeah, we'll definitely see though.
For sure.
We'll definitely see. But I think that's all we got for today, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we appreciate you coming in and
For sure,
you
man.
know, stopping by, giving us the time before the game start and whatnot. Happy Thanksgiving if we don't see you before
happy
then.
Thanksgiving, man, and
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there that's will be celebrating it at home.
eating that
Hopefully,
green bean casserole.
nah, man. If I get any, I'll make sure we send something to y'all though. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
But, hey, everybody, just make sure you know, you wear a mask. Keep wearing a mask. Stay safe. Stay home.
Yeah, stay safe, man. Be
You know,
healthy.
and
Be smart.
Enjoy the family that you do have around you. But hey, man, make sure your health is all in order.
For sure.
Got any plugs you want to drop out there before we jump out of
man,
here?
As always, my brother, Thompson Commercial Services.
Mhm.
Always want to shout out them, man. They're doing their thing. Any type of cleaning or commercial service you may need that, you know, includes commercial or residential cleanup. My sister, Bougie Boutique, with her clothing and everything else. My mother-in-law, she is Clothed International. Her nonprofit's moving along very well, man. And, you know, they got a boutique. They're selling some stuff online. They're doing pop-up shops and doing just a lot of good things for women in general, man. So
That's what's up.
she is Clothed International. by Janice. So that is some stuff that's going on, man. So as always, the Business Hospital, Dr. J.C. Baker, shout out to him and his squad. Him and Ben Phillips, man, doing big things, bro. So yeah, man.
That's what's up.
Same old stuff, man. Everybody be healthy, be safe, and man, check us out.
Oh yeah, man. Hopefully we'll have you back here next week or the week after.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Whenever, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
get
we'll
to
schedule
it
that
and,
out, man. But I'm excited, man.
Oh yeah,
definitely
for sure.
Part of the team. So
yeah, but with that being said, this has been episode 29 of the Table Talk Podcast, powered by Unanimous.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day, guys.
Safe.
Powered by